We're up as high as the big Zeppelins that cover these games, and this man is high on football. The greatest announcer in the history of the Kansas City Chiefs, National Football League, our old partner, Kevin Harlan.
Thank you, Bill. Pleasant good evening or afternoon or wherever we are. We're hot, I know that, and we are so high it feels like it is evening. But nonetheless, we're happy to have you with us, and we welcome you to Tampa Stadium, where today the temperature on the field will reach over 100 degrees. The wind is negligible, and the humidity is very, very high. Deep back for Kansas City, Fred Jones and Ron Dickerson inside the 5. And Michael Husted, a rookie free agent from Virginia, will be kicking off.
I noticed Charles Mincy, just signed not too long ago, is on this kickoff receiving team.
Dickerson, the rookie, and Freddie Jones, of course, has been around a while. The Buccaneers a year ago, 5-11. Kansas City last year, 10-6. And they expect over 65,000 once the traffic clears up outside. Len Dawson, the anticipation for this season is about as high as we have seen.
I've never felt it this high. Sam Weiss, you know him. He's going to come up with something tricky and different today, too.
The kickoff by the Buccaneers, high and long and out of the end zone. It sails end over the head of Dickerson in the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. 1st and 10, the Chiefs at their own 20.
All right, we've been talking about preseason, and since they played 3 teams in preseason that they will play during the regular season, that they didn't show all of their offense. Well, let's find out if they've got a few new wrinkles for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Montana on his knee in the huddle, and they break, and they'll send Willie Davis wide to the right, J.J. Burton wide to the left. Anders, along with Harvey Williams in the staggered split set. 4 down linemen for the Buccaneers, and Joe Montana is under center. Montana, the snap, the drop back, the set. He dumps it off in the flat. It's caught by Harvey Williams on the sideline at the 20. Races up the sideline to the 25. Picks up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Marty Carter, leading tackler a year ago with the stop.
Starting off with a pass. He was looking downfield. They were covered, so what did he do? Just dumped it off in the flat. Let somebody make an open field tackle. They picked up 5 yards on the play, and they're very happy with that.
2 tight ends now, Jonathan Hayes and Mike Dial. Williams will be the lone setback, and Davis and J.J. Burton will be the wide receivers. The Buccaneers have that 43 defensive look, which Joe Montana studies right now. Second play of the ball game, 2nd down and 5. From the Kansas City 25. Montana may be audibilizing. Is there a blitz coming here by the linebackers? Now they back up, and here's a handoff, Montana, and there's a flag and a whistle, and the play will end.
Left side Kansas City offensive line moved on the play. What Tampa Bay will do defensively, they have 4 down linemen, but they will overshift one way or another, either toward or away from the tight end. That's why you saw 2 tight ends in the ball game, because what they'll do is they'll line up with 2 tight ends, and whichever way they overshift, then Montana can run back the other way.
And they'll bring back in Kimball Anders as the fullback. 2nd down and 10 now, with the 5-yard penalty against the Chiefs. Clock just passing 14-15 here in the first quarter. Split backfield, left and right the receivers. Joe Montana looks at the 43 defense by Tampa Bay. Montana fakes the handoff, looks to the near side, bullets a pass, caught by Davis at the 25, spins around, tried to shake the defense. He couldn't, picks up 5. Tackle made on the near side by Ricky Reynolds, a right cornerback, and by Hardy Nickerson, signed as a free agent from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now in Dawson, it'll be 3rd down and about 4.
There is where the penalty hurts you. Oh, instead of having a 1st down, it is now 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. But it was a little play action there to hold the linebacker so he could fire it out in the flat. Both passes Joe has thrown so far have been very safe, high percentage type of passes.
Chiefs moving from our right to our left. Davis and Burton, the receivers, backfield split. Jonathan Hayes is the tight end in motion. Montana's under center, pulls away, drops back, sets up, great time, winds up, goes across the middle, leaping catch, but short of a 1st down. Down the middle, the pass was caught 28-yard line by Willie Davis. He is 2 yards shy. And even though the pass was complete by Montana, Kansas City's got to punt the ball.
How about 3 pass completions in a series and not pick up the 1st down? That is the first pass I have seen Joe Montana throw that really wasn't in stride, where the guy had to leap off the ground to make the catch, so he couldn't do anything when he made the reception.
All right, D-back will be Gary Anderson, the former Charger and former Arkansas Razorback, back inside his 30. Parker to punt. Inside his 20, low ankle, high snap, no rush, punt is away. High, hanging, wobbly punt down the middle. Now shifting over to the numbers with the catch. Anderson makes a move, breaks a tackle, 25, gets another block at the 30, cuts toward the middle of the field. He's out to the 33, 34-yard line. Anderson with the return for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ron Dickerson makes the stop.
8-yard return. Santos Stevens was down there. What he has to do is come under control once he gets very close to the ball carrier, because Gary Anderson is a very elusive return man back there. So that's the first time, in all preseason that they didn't have a drive that, lasted 12, 14, 16, 18 plays.
Look where the Buccaneers huddle up on, Dawson. Right near the line of scrimmage.
Yes, and they're going to get into this no-huddle offense. What Kansas City's defense going to have to do is make sure they shut down the run.
They've got an I formation, 1,000-yard gainer Reggie Cobb, along with Anthony McDowell. Left and right, the receivers, Dawson and Hawkins. DeBerg will hand off, and up the middle it goes, and Reggie Cobb is directed over the center, crossing the 35 and out to the 36-yard line, gain of 2. Second down, 8. And the tackle made by Dan Saliamua. No huddle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And where did they run? Right over Derek Thomas and his side on the defensive right side.
Second down and 8 for the Buccaneers. One running back, and that is Reggie Cobb. McDowell is now a receiver, wide left, back to pass. DeBerg sets up, rush comes on, he throws a bullet. It's caught on the near side by Courtney Hawkins at about the 45. He works his way to the 46 and picks up a Buccaneer first down and a gain of 9.
Boy, did Steve DeBerg have a lot of time back there or what? The only guy that was putting any type of pressure on him was Derek Thomas, but they ran him right by DeBerg to the backside, so they got to put a little more pressure up the middle on this quarterback.
Shy of the 46, first and 10. Split backfield, McDowell and Cobb. McDowell's in motion. 2 tight ends. Handoff. Cobb up the middle he goes. Joe Phillips wraps up his waist with his big arms and drags him down. Gain to the 48, gain of 2. Second down, 8 to go for the Buccaneers.
Straight ahead type of blocking. Good play by Joe Phillips at going over the offensive left side, the defensive right side of Kansas City, and the guy that's over there is Derek Thomas. So you can kind of see what their game plan is to put a tight end over there on Derek Thomas, but Derek now this time is moving away from the tight end.
Staggered split set, Cobb and McDowell. Steve DeBerg under center with the second down and about 8 yards to go, maybe 7.5. DeBerg's under center, surveys the 43 look and hands off. And it's Cobb. He runs over the left side, crashing by the 50, and he's down to the 49-yard line. Doug Terry makes the stop for Kansas City and a gain of about 4 on the play.
That was almost a real big play because there was a gaping hole there. They had a man on the wing who came down the line of scrimmage to trap, which is an unusual type of play.
From the 49 of Kansas City, 3rd and 5, no score, first quarter. One running back, Cobb. McDowell, the fullback, now a receiver on the left. And offsides on Kansas City. DeBerg drops back, sets up, sidearm pass, near side. Pass dropped by the tight end, Ron Harlan. A backpedaling attempt on the near sideline.
Derek Thomas jumped off sides, whether he was drawn off or not. But to take a look and see.
It is against the Chiefs.
An easy 5 yards, which will give them a first down.
Clock at 10:21, first quarter, and there is no score. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So there's 2 penalties, offside penalties against the Chiefs. One on offense that hurt them because it took away a first down, and then on defense, on 3rd down, it gave them a first down.
So first down and 10 for Tampa Bay, and they've got the ball at the Kansas City 44. Buccaneers with that no-huddle offense. Line up with Cobb in the backfield. Wingback is Anthony McDowell. 2 receivers, Dawson and Hawkins to the near side. Derek Thomas now shifting on that defensive line from the left to the right. He's down on that 3-point stance. Now moves over another step. DeBerg now watching the movement of Derek Thomas. DeBerg's got a receiver in motion. Drops back to throw. Sets up, throws across the middle. It's caught by the wide receiver Hawkins. Broke a tackle, spun by the 38 and dives down to the 37. Between the hash marks and a nice pickup of about 7.5, 8 on the play. Lonnie Marks makes the stop.
What they're doing with Derek is they're trying to get him on the side opposite the tight end. So he'll run from one side to the other. What DeBerg is trying to do if he runs the ball is run it at Derek Thomas. So you got a cat and mouse game going on out there between DeBerg and Derek Thomas.
3 tight ends for the Buccaneers. They got it second down and about 3 to go on that gain of 7 on the previous play. DeBerg spins, hands off. Cobb over the left side. Now cuts back over the right side. Picks up the first down between the hash marks by the 35 and down to the 31 of Kansas City. Joe Phillips and Dan Saliamua combine on the arrest of Reggie Cobb.
This is what Kansas City's defense can ill afford, is to let DeBerg and that offense run with the football, because that will set up the play-action passes. Pretty soon you'll see those defensive backs coming up close to the line of scrimmage. When they do that, look for a deep pass off the play-action by DeBerg.
3 tight ends again for Steve DeBerg inside the Chiefs 31. DeBerg and the Buccaneers, 1st and 10. Fake handoff, rolling DeBerg. Cocks his arm, throws in the run. Pass is low, and a diving attempt was made by tight end Ron Hall. Hit the turf. Even the diving attempt by Hall couldn't snare that pass. Incomplete.
There is the play-action pass on 1st down. He was trying to hit his man out in the flat, Lonnie Martz. So excellent job of coverage out there from the linebacking position.
They got McDowell and Cobb once again in the backfield. Hawkins and Dawson are the wide receiver. Hawkins out of Michigan State. Dawson is out of Florida State. McDowell is the receiver down on the left side. So 3 wideouts and 1 running back. Chiefs with 4, make it 5, make it 4 down linemen. It's 2nd down and 10. Draw play, handoff, Cobb, big hole, 30, up the middle he goes, cutting to the left. He's by the 25 and down to the 24-yard line, and there's a flag thrown on the play.
And you mentioned the blitz. Benny Thompson was blitzing, and he blitzed to the right side, and they gave the ball to the ball carrier. He ran just right by him because he didn't see the play or the run play coming. But take a look and see what happens on the play.
Number 61 in the offense.
Holding.
Grabbing the face mask, 10 yards, still 2nd down.
Holding on number 61.
Tony Mayberry. On that line, Paul Gruber is unsigned with this team, the franchise player. He is holding out, possibly one of the top 3 offensive linemen in the NFL.
Yeah, he was caught for grabbing the face mask of a defensive player out there. Steve DeBerg was quite concerned coming into this ball game because of the offensive line. He didn't have his top player here.
Now it'll be 2nd down and 20 with the penalty. Ball pushed back to the 40-yard line. They got McDowell, the fullback, wide across the way. Reggie Cobb is in the backfield. 2nd down 20 from the Chiefs 40. Back to pass to Burke. Sets up. Here comes the rush. He's hit. There's a fumble. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And picked up by their big lineman, Ian Beckles. He saves it. Lonnie Martz is the man who got DeBerg and knocked that ball free.
Lonnie Martz in a 3-point stance that time. They had a different alignment down there. They had Lonnie Martz on one end, also Derek Thomas on the other, both of them coming after the quarterback. And it was Lonnie Martz who was able to get to Steve DeBerg and pop that ball loose.
3rd and 30 from the 50. Handoff. Cobb breaks a tackle at the 50. Cuts inside toward the hash marks. He's to the 45, and the Buccaneers have got to punt the ball away. Tackle made by David Whitmore.
And you go back to the holding penalty when the offensive lineman grabbed the face mask. That was the difference of them going down in field goal range and now having to punt the ball away. So penalties have hurt both of these clubs so far in the first quarter.
And Straczynski, 4 years from Indiana, will punt the ball inside his 45. Punt coming from our left to our right. Deep back at about the 10 is Dale Carter. There's the high snap, pulled down, no rush, high punt, hanging, wobbly. Carter waving his right arm, circling under the ball, makes the grab, then fumbles it. Lost the ball, bounced in front of him. I think he jumped on it then at the last second at the 14. He did. The Chiefs have got it. I'll tell you what, it is an adventure every time Dale Carter is back there to get the ball.
He's lucky it fell right down in front of him so he could fall on it.
No score. Clock at 7:06, first quarter of play, and this is the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio.
Low price on quality Pennzoil products like Gum Out. Always.
Joe Montana takes his team to the huddle. He is 3 of 3 to start the game.
3 of 3 and didn't even come up with the first down. So let's see what this offense can do to get that ball moving.
Split backfield, Williams and Andrews. Wide receivers, Davis and Burke. Joe's under center at his own 14. He's got a 1st and 10. Jonathan Hayes in motion, the tight end. Spinning handoff over the middle it goes. Harvey Williams hurdled the defender, got to the 15. Progress to the 16. Over the right guard, gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Marty Carter makes his second unassisted tackle. I mean, he stopped Harvey Williams.
He came flying up there. He read that play beautifully and caught Harvey in midair and drilled him to the ground. So there is the running play on 1st down, picking up about a yard maybe. So that's not going to get it done. They're going to probably going to have to put the ball in the air to move it against this defense.
They got a couple tight ends in there, Hayes and Dial, although now Hayes is on the field complaining that there aren't enough players out there. Montana's got to take a timeout because the Chiefs are having some personnel problems. Who wasn't out there? Freddie Jones. Timeout taken. Clock at 6:27. First quarter, no score on the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
In stores, there's only one paint this good, and there's only one place you can get it. The pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams. Sherwin-Williams is a proud sponsor of the 1993 Kansas City Chiefs Football Network.
Chiefs have had the ball once. 3 plays punt. Buccaneers had it for a handful of plays. They punted as well.
And for Kansas City on first down, trying to run with it, got virtually nothing, so it's placing Joe Montana in a passing situation. That's something you don't want to do. That's why first down is so important, that you pick up 4 or more yards. That puts a whole lot of pressure on the defense. Now, what they're going to be thinking out there right now defensively is Montana's going to have to throw. Let's go after him.
Couple tight ends, Hayes and Dial. One wide receiver, Tim Barnett. Backfield split, Williams and Andrews. Montana drops back to throw. Short drop back. Looks across the middle. Throws to Barnett. Caught it in traffic. Goes down. Has the first down. Diving near the hash mark at the 29. Caught the ball on the numbers. Quick slant inside. First down, Kansas City.
And an excellent throw by Joe Montana, and really a good catch by Tim Barnett. He caught it in his hands, and that was the secret on that play. They overloaded the right side, and they just had Barnett by himself on the left side. When the defense overshifted and played the zone, Montana went back to Barnett.
Willie Davis wide to the right. J.J. Burton wide to the left. They've got Anders and Williams in the backfield. They are split. Back at quarterback, Joe Montana, who looks at a 4-man defensive Buccaneer front. Handoff right side. Harvey Williams puts his head down. He crosses the 30, running over the right tackle, and he's out to about the 33. And he picks up 4 on the play.
Pretty good run that time. 4 yards on first down. That's what they're looking for, as opposed to getting 1 yard the previous first down when they ran with the football. You got to mix it up. You can't just throw the ball all the time. You got to mix the things up out there and have to get able to run the football.
No score, 5.5 remaining. First quarter to play. Chiefs on their second possession. 4th play of the drive. 2nd down and 6 from the 33. Montana with the staggered split backfield and 3 receivers, including the in-motion tight end John Hayes. Fake handoff, rolling Montana. He stops. He's pressured. He's hit. He's sacked. Montana goes down at the 27. Santana Dawson sacks Joe Montana. Back at the 27-yard line of losses, 6 on the play.
Bootleg on the play. He had 3 people on the right side. What he was doing is flooding that area. He had Kimball Anders in the flat. Looked like that he was open, but he was looking to go downfield. Very unlike Joe Montana on that play. Generally, he feels the pressure and he gets rid of the ball before they can sack him. 3rd down and 12. Chiefs break huddle. They got J.J. along with Davis wide to the right. Freddie Jones wide to the left. 1 running back. That's Anders. Montana's under center. The crowd getting into it. Montana drops back to throw. Sets up. Good time all day to throw. Winds up. Shoves a pass down the middle, caught on a leap, and a fumble after the hit. The Buccaneers have it. Running down the near side with the ball. Roger Jones. He gets a block at the 40. Breaks a tackle. He's inside the Kansas City 39. J.J. Burton caught the pass. Took a wicked hit. Ball jarred free. Picked up by Roger Jones. He then takes it inside the Kansas City 40. What a great job of blocking, though, by the offensive line. Gave Montana about 5 seconds.
All right, we'll take a break. 4.5 remaining in the first quarter. No score. You're listening to Chiefs football.
Nobody saves you money like Food Barn, and nothing picks up a party like chips dipped in delicious Pace Piccati sauce. So pick up the Pace at Food Barn for just $1.69.
J.J. Burton had the ball, made another great reception, but boy, I tell you what, he took a hit in that backfield that was jarring, and the guy that leveled it was Joe King.
You know, Montana's 5 for 5, 43 yards, yet he does not have a first down.
From the Kansas City 38 after the fumble by Kansas City, Buccaneers 1st and 10. DeBerg drops back, short drop back. Oh, it's a little shovel pass. Ahead it goes to McDowell, breaks a tackle, gets a block, 35, runs up the middle, down to the 30. And he's got a gain of about 7.5 on the play.
A la Denver and John Elway, the little shuttle pass. It's a forward pass, so if he doesn't catch it, it's just an incompleted pass. But what you're doing is that H-back is coming in there catching the thing, and they trapped the defensive lineman. 2nd down at about 8. Here's a handoff to Reggie Cobb. Runs laterally. He's hit. There's a fumble on the play inside the 30. And the Buccaneers have fallen on it. Anthony McDowell jumped on the loose ball. He was the lead blocker for Cobb, running to the near side. And they do get a first down on the play. Kind of shoddy play so far with that ball going to the ground. It's going to get worse because the ball is going to get slippier as these guys perspire. There's going to be, their jerseys are going to get very wet, so the ball can easily come away. Cobb in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near side, Hawkins and Dawson, couple tight ends.
From the Chiefs 27, 1st and 10, handoff. Cobb over the right guard. He's stacked up, taken down. Dan Saliamua said, how do you do at the 25? A gain of 2 on the play. And 2nd down and about 8 to go. No score. Clock at 3:15, ticking in a rapidly moving first quarter from Tampa Stadium.
They were pinching to the inside. They called that defense, and they read it well because you had Leonard Griffin from the defensive end position slanting on down, as well as Saliamua and Joe Phillips.
Montana on the phones up to the press box, trying to go over his offensive scheme. 2nd down 8 for the Buccaneers. From the Kansas City 25, DeBerg's under center. 2 running backs and receivers left and right. DeBerg, long count. Chiefs move. Backpedaling DeBerg. Sets up. He gets a block. Backpedals and throws a pass far side. Just out of the reach of the lunging wide receiver, Lawrence Dawson, on the far sideline at about the 15 of Kansas City.
Gracie Simeon, linebacker, was putting some heat on Steve DeBerg. You're lucky because the receiver was open. Steve just overthrew his man on that particular play. Otherwise, that's going to be a first down.
What do you think of DeBerg from what you've seen so far, Leonard?
Well, he looks a little shaky, too, to start off with, really. He threw one ball that was bouncing out there early on in the flat, and that one, he had his man open. He should have gotten it to him.
From the Kansas City 25, 3rd and 8 for the Buccaneers. DeBerg's got 2 receivers platooned to the left. 1 running back, that's Cobb. DeBerg studies the 43 look by the Kansas City Chiefs. Back to pass. DeBerg looks left, has time, now throws a low pass. It's caught on a cross for a first down at the 18-yard line by Courtney Hawkins. I think he'll be shy of a first down now that I look at it by half a yard. He's down inside the 18 near the 17-yard line. And they've got about a yard to go. Len Dawson, what do you do?
Well, they're sending the field goal team out. Sam Weiss is going to try to take his 3 points and get on the board first. That time, excellent blocking by the offensive line. DeBerg was not pressured at all. A little crossing pattern from the left side to the right, and the receiver was wide open.
All right, there's a little wind. The air is heavy. Near hash, this is a natural grass surface. Husted, the rookie from Virginia, will be trying a 35-yard field goal. Low snap, all put down. The kick is up, arching and arching through the goalpost. And the cannon sounds, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have struck first. 1:56, first quarter of play. Tampa Bay 3.
It's 5 for 5. You can't get any better than that for 43 yards, yet they don't have a first down. They would have had, but J.J. Burton coughed the ball up. Steve DeBerg, 4 of 6, 32 yards. Yeah, you're right. They got to get something moving here.
3-0 Tampa Bay on a 35-yard field goal. Fred Jones deep back along with Ron Dickerson. Husted to kick off from his own 35. Races to the ball. Swings his leg through. It's an arching kick. Under it. Dickerson at about the 1 to the 5. Up the middle of the 10. Breaks a tackle. Oh, he did not break the tackle at the 15. He got sideswiped there by Curtis Buckley. And he is a rookie, Buckley is, out of East Texas State. And he upends Dickerson.
Did you see him do the flip after he made the tackle, eh? A lot of energy for that young fellow.
See if it's like that in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, 1st and 10. Chiefs, 1:47, first quarter. 3-0 Tampa Bay. They got Ernie Thompson coming in as a fullback now, taking the place of Anders. Montana gets off his knee, breaks the huddle, and he will send Willie Davis to the near side. J.J. Burton across the way. Staggered split backfield. Chiefs in the red jerseys, white pants. Montana from his 17, 1st and 10. He staggers away from the center, gets the handoff to Harvey Williams, who runs over the right guard and carves maybe a yard, maybe 2 to the 19. We'll call it 2nd down and 8, and Hardy Nickerson makes the stop.
Joe Montana got his feet tangled up with one of those offensive linemen down there. Almost stumbled. He was lucky to get the ball off. Looked like there was going to be a hole there, but the defense really closed it in a hurry. There it is, trying to run with a football. A yard gain. That's not going to get it done. You've got to do better than that. You've got to pick up 3 and 4 yards. Otherwise, right now, Tampa Bay's thinking pass all the way.
2nd down 8 from the Kansas City 19. Split backfield and 2 receivers left and right. 4 down linemen for the Buccaneers. Tight end Dial in motion. Montana pulls away from center. Short drop back, turns and spins and throws a pass. Caught by the backpedaling tight end Dial on the far side of the field. Backpedals by the 25. Spins to the 27. Runs out of bounds over there. He'll be a yard shy of a first down, and on the play it is a pickup of 7 yards.
And here it is, just a long extension of a handoff, really. Dial went in motion from the left side to the right side, went out in the flat, and Montana threw the ball, 10 yards maybe? Got the ball to him. Picked up yardage. Now they got about a yard to go for a first down.
At their own 27, there is a 3-0 Buccaneer lead, 1:02 remaining first quarter. Marcus Allen has come in the game, Len Dawson, for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, I would look for Marcus Allen to get the ball then. That's his specialty.
They got Thompson as the blocking fullback, and they've got a couple tight ends in there. I formation of the backfield. Montana, the snap, the spin, the handoff. Marcus has got the first down, snakes over the center. He's out to the 30 and picks up 3, and he did it with such ease.
Good blocking on the left side. That would be Alt is over there, Grunhardt and Zott opening a good seam for Marcus Allen to jump through. I said that's his specialty. He's a third down type of player. If it was third and long, I'd also look for Marcus Allen because he catches the ball very well coming out of the backfield. There it is, the first down. Get something going here.
Third time Chiefs have had the ball. First possession, 3 plays punt. Second possession, 6 plays fumble. 3-0 Buccaneers. Montana under center with the 1st and 10 at his own 30. Split backfield, left and right, the receivers. Fake handoff, back to pass. Rolling out of the pocket, Montana winds up, throws an arching pass down the middle, double teamed and dropping the ball at the 30-yard line. And flags all over the field. J.J. Burden was hounded at the 30. It'll be pass interference against the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 Chiefs at the Buccaneer 30, but there was a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
You know, the one down here on the 30-yard line, it really took him a long time to take it out of his pocket and throw the thing. The first down situation for Kansas City, play action pass. He was going for all of it. The big play, looking for J.J. with his great speed downfield, but was double covered.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Serving 6 states with Chiefs football. You're listening to Kansas City's home of classic rock and roll. 101 KCFX, the Fox.
2 penalties in the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they were called for defensive holding, which would have been an automatic first down, but only a 5-yard penalty. But the interference down there gives Kansas City the ball on about, the 33-yard line.
We're so high up, it's amazing we can see the field. 2 receivers across the way. Williams in the backfield. Jonathan Hayes and Dial, the tight ends. Montana with his best field position of the afternoon. 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Joe drops back. Great time. Winds up, looks long. Now pump fakes. Now just dumps it across the middle to Williams at the 30. He makes a catch and he jitterbugs to the 25, and he's down to the 24. He picks up about 8-9 yards on that busted play. And the first quarter has come to a close with Tampa Bay on top. 3-0, but the Chiefs are moving right through the Buccaneer defense now on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio.
This year's NFL Gatorade Punt, Pass, and Kick competition. Open to boys and girls ages 8 through 15. Entry forms are available at Sears in the Kids Department. And for more information, call 913-341-7855.
We'll begin the second quarter with the Chiefs. 2nd down and 1 at the Buccaneer 24. Tampa Bay 3, Kansas City 0.
That last play was vintage Joe Montana, was it not?
Yes.
Great pass protection by that offensive line. He starts scrambling, and when he starts scrambling, that means defensive people have to move. When they move, he just dumped it off to Harvey Williams. Harvey picked up 9 yards.
All right, they break huddle. Kansas City now moving from our left to our right. Brilliant sunshine here in Tampa today. Backfield of Kimball, Anders, and Williams. They're split. Couple tight ends, couple wide receivers. In motion, Williams out of the backfield. Montana 2nd and 1. Spins, hands off. Kimball, Anders hesitates. Picks up the first down, running over the right guard, down inside the 20, between the hash marks to the 19-yard line. Hardy Nickerson makes the stop. A bulldozing type move by the Chiefs line and fullback Kimball Anders.
And that big tight end you were talking about, who was he? J.J. Burden. They brought him into a tight end position to take care of the linebacker. You talk about a mismatch.
Crazy or what?
Yes, they say just get around his ankles down there someplace and get him tied up. But there's a big first down there in field goal range now, but they need to get it in for 6.
Marcus Allen, one of the 2 running backs. They're split. 1st and 10 for the Buccaneer 19. Back to pass. Joe Montana sets up, winds up, hesitates, now throws a pass into the end zone. A diving catch. Touchdown! Willie Davis between 2 Buccaneer defenders. Just into the end zone, about a yard or 2 deep. He dived for the low Montana pass. And folks, as they say, this could be the start of something big. Joe Montana, his first touchdown pass as a Kansas City Chief.
All right, Kevin! And that was a great throw because he threw it where the defensive guys could not get it, and only his man, Willie Davis, could down around his knees. Excellent throw by Joe Montana. I must say the offensive line, once it did, a great job of protecting him.
Extra point by Lowry, up and through. 7-3, Kansas City 14-21. That's the time. First half of play on the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football.
Love it.
I thought that you did. I thought you
love it.
How about Joe? 8 for 8. 8 for 8, 85 yards and a touchdown.
Oh, man.
The big play was the penalty, the pass interference call that got the ball on the 33-yard line to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
7-3 Chiefs just into the second quarter. Charles Wilson, the former Packer, and Gary Anderson, the former Charger. At the goal line, Lowry with the kickoff. High, end over end, a little bit shy. And under, and Anderson at about the 2, the 5, the 10. Cuts outside. He's hit before he gets to the 15. Was that Freddie Jones? Yes, sir. Fabulous Freddie Jones. Let's go to Bill Grigsby.
Well, we have an NFL reported service of Captain D's, where you find a wide variety of your seafood favorites all over Florida. We get the seafood, get it to Captain D's. Be sure to listen after every game during the Harlan highlights for Captain D's defensive play of the game. Captain D's, real seafood, real quick. And I'll tell you, right now, folks, it's very popular in bars in Chicago to have a picture of Michael McCaskey, the owner, and his new coach. They throw darts at that thing because they fired Ditka.
First down 10, Buccaneers at their 15. DeBerg hands off Cobb, breaks one tackle, tries to break a second. He cannot. They came at him in waves. He broke the tackle of Joe Phillips, but could not escape Tracy Rogers, who had a sensational camp and beat out 2 veterans.
You know, when I think of him and his situation, no one has worked harder than Tracy Rogers to get an opportunity to start. He's gone through a couple of knee operations, which means rehabbing both knees. He's fought his way. He hadn't said a thing, but he's worked very, very hard to get this starting job.
All right, one running back, Cobb. DeBerg down 7-3, early second quarter. Chiefs have 4 down linemen, including Derek Thomas. DeBerg surveys it all, under center, head swiveling back and forth. Long cadence now. He moves his tight end in motion, haul to the near side. Backpedaling DeBerg, sets up in the pocket. It begins to crumble, but he throws across the middle. A backpedaling catch by Hall, the tight end on the hash marks. Backpedaling by the 24, by the 25. Finally nailed at the 27. It's a Buccaneer first down.
And a very safe pass. The tight end getting involved, going down and just turning around. It was a little hook pass or a turn-in pattern, and he was wide open.
From the 26, no huddle for Steve DeBerg. First down and 10, split backfield. Backpedaling DeBerg, sets, looks, dumps a pass, near side, caught by the fullback, Anthony McDowell. He is a good receiver. Caught it on the near side at the 30. Got an additional 2 yards up the sideline to the 32. Nice pickup on the play of 6.
And once again, I'm watching Derek Thomas out there. He gets the attention of the other team because what they will do, they'll send a tight end or a back by him and just give him a shot at the line of scrimmage, giving the offensive tackle an opportunity to get set to pass block in.
From the 31, second down 5. DeBerg down 7-3, early second quarter. 1 running back, 3 wide receivers. Long count by DeBerg, 43 defense by Kansas City. DeBerg still looking it over. Still, and now he drops back to throw. Hands off, draw play, goes to Cobb. Hit once, hit twice, taken down. Sally Amua makes the stop just as he crossed the 30 and got back to the line of scrimmage and dives ahead for a half-yard gain. Now it'll be third down, and we'll call it once again about
Look at here.
DeBerg dropping back and is sacked by Neil Smith.
But Chiefs had all kind of people on the field. That's a Sam Weiss tactic. You're trying to make a substitution over there, and he gets up to the ball and snaps it very quickly to take 5 yards.
Vintage. Well, now the referees, it's so confusing. They got to discuss things on the field. Our referee today is Dale Hamer.
Delay a game or too many folks on the field. Neil Smith making his first appearance of the season. Shot through there untouched and said, "Hello, Steve. Nice to see you, pal."
I know an interesting note about Dale Hamer.
Yeah.
He refereed Joe Montana's last high school football game in Monongahela, Pennsylvania at Ringgold High School. He was the referee for that game. Montana's last, which they lost, by the way, 20-0.
Well, why is Joe letting him referee again then?
I don't know. That is a good question.
Last high school game. That had to be what? How many years ago was that?
1974.
See, this is about 18 years ago, huh?
Yeah.
That was a smart tactic on the part of DeBerg and the Bucks, because I think it'll give him a first down, will it not? Yes. Gave him a first down.
Now, Weiss is, who is Joe Montana's former quarterback coach at San Francisco, has been known in the NFL to pull things like this. Very creative mind.
That's why I'm saying I think he'll come up with something today, something that's really unusual.
All right, from the 36 of Tampa Bay, Buccaneers have it first and 10. Cobb in the backfield, 3 receivers deployed. Four down lineman for Kansas City. And DeBerg looks at it all, gets the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out of the pocket, sets up, whips a pass, far side. Leaping catch made, sideline across the way at the 42 by Charles Wilson. And on the play, he picks up about 6 yards.
Yeah, but if that had been a good pass, he could have done something after he made the catch. He did well to catch it. So that should have been an easy throw for Steve DeBerg because the bootleg play, nobody was in his face, had plenty of free vision out there.
Second down and 4 from the Tampa Bay 42. Staggered split backfield, left and right, the receivers. Cobb and Vince Workman in the backfield for quarterback Steve DeBerg, who's trailing 7-3 here. Four down lineman for Kansas City. Derek Thomas on the near side. DeBerg out of the pocket. Hands off. Cobb up the middle. Wrapped up by Tracy Rogers. That defensive line got a hold of him as well. Gain of 2 on the play. A meager 2 yards. It'll be third down and 2 as Darren Mickle, who's at a great camp, makes the stop.
They're getting as many defensive linemen in this ball game as they possibly can because they want folks with some fresh legs when the fourth quarter arrives.
Chiefs lead on a 19-yard touchdown pass by Montana. He's 8 of 8 to begin the game and has looked very, very sharp. Split backfield for DeBerg, third down and 2. He's got the ball at the Tampa Bay Buccaneer 44. Four down lineman for the Chiefs. DeBerg surveys everything, gets the snap, drops back, sets up. Here comes the pocket. He's hit as he throws. Pass caught by Cobb, but shy of the first down across the way. He threw it on the far side. Tremendous coverage by Kansas City.
Lonnie Martz.
Lonnie Martz was right. That's his forte. He's great in coverage.
And he read that. What they had, they tried a little pick play over there with one of the receivers going to the inside hoping to pick off Lonnie Martz, but he played extremely well. Pass only traveled about a yard. See, that was a mistake of the receiver. He should have taken that ball at least a yard or 2 beyond the first down mark before he cut to the outside.
Second punt in 3 possessions by Tampa Bay. 10-20 clock ticking, second quarter, 7-3 Chiefs. Punt coming from our right to our left. High snap around the shoulders. And the punt by Straczynski is high and toward the far sideline and way out of bounds. In fact, so far out, it bounced into some fat guy in the front row. And then quickly bounced off his bare chest.
Your eyes are unbelievable. You can see all the way over there.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. The Chiefs are back out there. 10:07 remaining in the first half. They lead on a Montana touchdown pass, 7-3. And this is the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network. 7-3 lead. We've got about 5 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
And the last time they were out there, 6 plays, 82-yard drive for a touchdown. That's what they got to do. They got to put the pressure on that defense out there. And I think they're going to have to do it throwing the ball because it doesn't look like they're going to be able to run that well against them.
J.J. Burton wide to the right side. Willie Davis wide to the left. Chiefs moving from our left to our right on this natural grass. One running back, Harvey Williams. Couple tight ends, Hayes and Dye. 4 down linemen for the Buccaneers. Montana studies, drops back to throw, looks to the right. Pump fakes, now throws a line drive pass, almost picked off, but caught on the near side at the 40-yard line by J.J. Burton, right on the numbers, on the near side of the field, and again, threading the needle was Joe Montana. It's a first down pass to the 41.
There it is, the throwing of Joe Montana. He is now 9 for 9. You don't get any better than that, and that was an excellent throw. I think if people were questioning his arm, whether it's back or not, there's a pretty good indication right there that it is here because he put some zip on that one.
Ernie Thompson along with Marcus Allen in the backfield. Willie Davis wide left. They got Freddie Jones wide to the near side. 4 down lineman for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just beyond the 41st and 10. Joe Montana with a staggered split backfield and back of him. Now Montana audibleizing. The backfield will split. Play clock at 3. Back to pass Montana. Short drop back, pump fakes right, no one there. Then throws an arching pass down the near sidelines. It's caught, but caught out of bounds. Caught out of bounds by Freddie Jones, leaping high over a Tampa Bay defensive back on the near side. And the coverage was applied by Ricky Reynolds, and the hit on Montana put on him by Broderick Thomas.
What happened on that play? Joe Montana read the linebacker Thomas was going to blitz. He changed the play, and he brought Marcus Allen up from his position to take a shot at the linebacker, and he pumped. He wanted to hit the little short out. It wasn't there. He pumped, faked, and waited for Jones to get deep, and just more or less really throwing that ball away.
Davis to the left. To the near side, Jones, split backfield, Allen and Thompson. Handoff, Marcus Allen over the middle, hesitates, hurdles the defender, he's out to the 43, climbing his way, picking up 2 yards. It'll be third down And 8 to go. Tackle made by Ray Seals.
There, I'm talking about the running game. I think they've had one run that was any significance. The rest of them been 1 yard or maybe 2 yards, and you have to do better than that. Otherwise, that defense out there is going to think of one thing. That's it, throwing the football, so let's just tee off and go after Joe Montana, which is what they'll be doing right now in this 3rd and long.
Freddie Jones wide left. Willie Davis wide right. He's already caught a 19-yard touchdown pass from Montana today. Backfield of Harvey Williams and Kimball Anders split. 3rd and 8 from the 43. 4 down linemen for the Buccaneers. Back to pass Joe Montana. There's a flag. Montana sets up all day. Arches a spiral pass down the middle. Backpedaling catch for the tight end Hayes. From the 30 to the 25-20. Foot race to the near sideline. 15-10. He's knocked out of bounds at the 7. What tremendous running by Jonathan Hayes.
And they had a flag down. It was offsides because I thought the defense jumped offside, but we'll have to wait and see. Looked like the man over the center's nose jumped offside, so that was a free down. He's picking up the flag, putting it in his pocket, so it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs ball inside the 10-yard line. Jonathan Hayes, 3rd down. And last year you never would have seen that because he wouldn't even be in the ball game. Jonathan Hayes was a receiver, tight end receiver coming out of the University of Iowa. That was what he was known for, not so much the blocking. But Joe Montana really utilizes the tight end in this offense because he spreads that ball around. We'll get you the stats in that in just a minute.
Barnett and Jones wide to the left from the 8. 1st and goal for Kansas City. In motion, Barnett to the near side. Split backfield, handoff, Anders. He's over the right side, cuts to the left. He's over the 5, between the hash marks and down to the 3. Kimball Anders picks up a quick 5. 2nd down goal at the 3-yard line. Nice blocking up front. Roderick Thomas, Marty Carter make the stop for Tampa Bay.
And with Kimball cutting back, he started to the right side and he cut back to the left side, and that's where he made his yardage on that play. So it would do well for them to get into the end zone for a touchdown. This is what this offense is all about, not just field goals, but getting in, scoring touchdowns.
Ricketts is a tight end eligible. Backfield will be Ernie Thompson and Marcus Allen. They'll be in the eye. 2nd down goal, ball at the Buccaneer 3. Dial the tight end in motion. Montana's under center, spins, hands off Marcus over the right side. No fake by Montana. He'll arch a pass into the end zone over the head of Hayes and then back of Hayes, incomplete. What a fake by Joe Montana. Incomplete pass as he was looking for the tight end Hayes, who was trying to twist around and get that pass.
He had 2 people in that part of the end zone down there, and what he did is he just threw the football away, maintaining his composure because the guys were covered down there. He was about to get sacked, so he just threw the ball out of the end zone.
Now it'll be 3rd down and goal from the Buccaneer 3. Jones and Barnett wide left. Backfield of Harvey Williams and Kimball Anders, they are split. Tight end Mike Dunn. Joe Montana backpedals, sets, looks left, arches a pass in the corner of the end zone. Leaping, backpedaling grab, made but out of bounds. Made by Tim Barnett, but made out of bounds on the side of the end zone. Across the way, coverage by the former Redskin, Martin Mayhew.
And that was going to be a pick type of play, only Freddie Jones didn't pick his man. You can't call it that, but that's exactly what it is, where you have a man on the slot on the inside, he's going to the outside, the man on the outside coming down the inside, hoping to run into the defensive back.
All right, this ball will be put down at the 11th. A 21-yard field goal attempt by Nick Lowry, right between the hash marks. He's got a gentle breeze at his back. Hold by Barker. Ball put down. The kick is up plenty of distance. Line drives it right through the uprights. The Chiefs, with 7:03 remaining in the first half of play, lead the Buccaneers 10-3.
He is back.
21-yard field goal by Nick Lowry, and it's 10-3 Kansas City, leading Tampa Bay. Lowry has the ball teed up now at the 35. He'll be kicking off. Deep back will be Anderson and work. Kickoff is away. It is short, high, end over end under Gary Anderson. The catch at the 8, on the numbers at the 10. Cuts the middle of the field, breaks a tackle to the 15, lost his balance, gets back up, and he climbs to the 16-yard line. That's where Tampa Bay starts at 1st down and 10. They're a very disjointed team to call from a broadcasting standpoint because there is no huddle and they're just kind of all over the place. I mean, they're very, there's no flow to their offense.
What DeBerg is doing, he's taking a look at number 58, Derek Thomas, to see where he lines up, and he's calling the play accordingly. If you're going to run, you're going to run at Derek Thomas. If you're going to run a draw play, you run the draw play at him too because he has such a hard outside rush. If you run away from him with his great speed, he's capable of running the back down.
Reggie Cobb's the lone running back for DeBerg, who's got a couple tight ends. both on the right side.
He doesn't have enough people. Look at this. Get in here.
He's got another tight end coming in. That's Dave Moores, a first-year player out of Pitt. Berg in the play clock has 6 seconds left. He surveys the defense, crouches under huddle, under center, and he hands off. It's Cobb over the left side, stacked up, no gain on the play. Tim Newton, the former Buccaneer, with the nice stop.
Yes, sir. And there it is. The delay there, not having the right people in, and made him hurry that call that time. He got absolutely nothing out of the play.
And sometimes, are they trying to be too fancy and too man? Just go out there and play, huh? Instead of all this,
that's true.
gadgetry and stuff. What do you think?
Well, what they're doing is, he's calling the plays at the line of scrimmage.
Second down 10 from the 16. Back to pass to Berg. Good time in the pocket. Looks and loops a pass up to the far side. Caught by Cobb at the 10. Jumping on his back across the way. Tracy Simeon rides him down at the 11. And he's out to the 12. Loss on the play. And now it will be a third down at about 14.
What is this I'm hearing from the locals here?
Surprise.
I think it is. Great play by Simeon. 7 defensive backs for Kansas City now.
And the Chiefs will have 3 down defensive linemen. Neil Smith signed. He is playing today. He's already had
He's in there now.
Sack, yeah, he's in there right now. Cobb will be in the backfield. Berg will get under center. Chiefs have all kinds of secondary people with this 3rd and 14 facing Tampa Bay. They trail 10-3, the Buccaneers do, late first half. Back to pass to Berg. Sets up, looks right. Throws a pass, dropped by Cobb.
They better get on that ball. That could be a lateral.
He jumps on the ball at the 2.
Could be a lateral.
They called a live ball. It ricocheted off his palms as he was spinning out of the backfield and backpedaling at the 5. It ricocheted down to the 3. And the ball, they're going to call now an incompleted pass.
That looked like a lateral to me.
Well, it did to me, too. Is Dale Carter not back there anymore to retrieve punts? Indeed, he is not. J.J. Burton is taking the place of Carter. Punting will be Straczynski, 4 yards deep in the end zone. At midfield is J.J. Burton. Chiefs lead 10-3, late first half. Montana with the touchdown pass. There's the snap. Rush comes on. There's a flag and a wobbly punt. Under it, J.J. The catch at the 47 of Tampa Bay.
Freddie Jones jumped off sides, I think. Oh, that's terrible because they would have the ball in excellent field position.
While we have this chance, let us pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Kansas City's home of classic rock and roll and your 1993 Kansas City Chiefs. 101 KCFX, Harrisonville, Kansas City. The Fox.
With Bill Grigsby and Bob Gretz and Hall of Fame quarterback Glenn Dawson. This is Kevin Harlan from Tampa Stadium, Tampa, Florida. Hot, humid. There is a breeze that has picked up. Brilliant sunshine. Montana's thrown a touchdown pass, 10-13 through the air. 10-3 Chiefs lead. Dale Carter has gone back now to retrieve the punt, taking the place of Burton. Carter now back at about his own 48. Straczynski out of his end zone with the penalty against the Chiefs, now standing at the 2 to punt. From our right to our left. High snap, he has to leap to get it. Rush comes on, punt is away. High hanging punt. Carter with the catch at the 45. Breaks a tackle to the 47. Zigzags to the 45. He goes backwards, he goes forwards, he's all over the place. And he goes to the 46 and he's down there. And some after-play commotion. Some punching and some shoving on the play. Kicking, too. And some kicking, thank you, Griggs. Well, Griggs, that goes back to your World Wrestling days, doesn't it?
I just thought of that. Used to be a fella here that wrestled Hulk Hogan, Tom Fralick, and he taught these guys a lot of those things. Kicking is called a drop kick from a prone position. But despite that, wait a minute, are they going to play or are they going to wait? I do not want to rush this. It's too important. No, they're not. This is your Food Barn NFL update. Shop your friendly neighborhood Food Barn for quality food.
You'd like to be able to run the ball to chew up a lot of that clock.
Well, I'm looking down on the field now with my Bausch & Lomb binoculars, and I see that they've made a couple changes. Will Shields now is at the right guard for a second consecutive series, and Sigler, who starts that right tackle, is still in there.
They really like Will Shields. They think he's going to be an outstanding offensive lineman.
Good man out of Nebraska. Boy, did they have a win yesterday over
Yeah, it was a tough fight, wasn't it?
Yeah,
76 points they put on the board.
Marcus Allen and Kimball Anders split in the backfield from the 47. Joe Montana and the Chiefs 1st and 10. Montana drops back, pump fakes and arches a pass. Down the near side, he's looking for Willie Davis. He dives and he misses. Off his fingertips, the outstretched body. And the lunge by Davis couldn't lasso that pass by Joe Montana. Incomplete pass down the near sideline at about the Buccaneer 20.
There it is on 1st down. We've seen it in preseason play where they'll take a shot at the home run, going for the touchdown. And what he's looking for is man-to-man coverage. He found it over there on that side against Willie Davis. He pump faked once, hoping to freeze the defensive back, then laid that thing out there.
Wide receivers J.J. Burton and Tim Barnett. Split backfield to Marcus Allen and Ernie Thompson. Tight end is Jonathan Hayes. On the 47, 2nd down, 10 for Montana. Split backfield, handoff. Marcus over the right side, breaks one tackle, spins and turns his way to the 49. A gain of about 2.5, 3 on the play. Hardy Nickerson was there. That play should have been thrown for a loss, but the spinning move of Marcus Allen between the hash marks and down the middle over the center made the difference.
Well, you very seldom contemplate a cornerback blitzing, and that's what happened on that last play. And only the good move of Marcus Allen picked up any yards at all for Kansas City. But Montana, once again, passing situation. He's gone to his tight end a couple of times, particularly in that middle area where there's a lot of room to roam.
All right, Anders in the backfield. They got 3 wide receivers. In motion, Barnett to the near side. 3rd and 7. Back to pass, Montana. Sets up, pocket crumbling. Montana winds up. Arches a spiral down the near side. Over the shoulder catch of the 10 by J.J. They'll chase him into the end zone. Touchdown. Looking up into the bright sun of Tampa, Florida. J.J. Burton has just caught a 52-yard touchdown pass by Joe Montana. The Chiefs on top. 16-3. What a play.
Now, is there any question about the arm of Joe Montana or the voice of Kevin Harlan? He was looking down there. That's 2 up top in a row for Joe Montana. An excellent throw. Caught it right in stride by J.J., taking it into the end zone easily. That was a big play. Now that's going to change the entire complexion of this football game. DeBerg's going to have to catch up now, so they're going to have to be throwing the ball most of the time.
Lowry will try the extra point. Parker the hold. The kick is away. The kick is good. 17-3. The Chiefs, Montana, 2 touchdown passes, but none more spectacular than the one we just saw.
Good blocking by the offensive line, and Montana looking all the way and sends that thing sailing. He got nailed right after he threw the football, but he threw the ball to J.J. Burton, stretched out about as far as he possibly could to make the reception. Well, that was a big play there because that is going to change this ball game now. It could change the fact that they won't be going at a no-huddle pace. They get behind, they go back in the huddle more frequently. One thing that Sam White does that I think is good is when the offense is going on the field, he has everybody there in the huddle calling the play, and they go right to the line of scrimmage. Waste very little time. Well, after a kind of a sluggish start, first time so far this year when Kansas City didn't move the ball the first time they had possession of it. It was 3 plays and out. Next time, a fumble by J.J. when he made an 18-yard reception. The last couple of times out, last 3 times out, Kansas City's moved that football. And they get touchdowns. That's the thing. Touchdown's the key.
He was double covered, too, J.J. was, and so was Willie Davis when he caught the pass, too. He was double covered in the end zone. Here's the kickoff by Lowry. Workman and Anderson deep back. Under it will be Anderson inside the 5. Cuts to the middle of the field. Being chased now as he runs laterally on the 5 to the near side, and they run him out of bounds at the 9. At the 10-yard line, out of bounds goes Gary Anderson. The Buccaneers once again begin with their backs against the wall.
It's going to force Steve DeBerg to go back. The thing that he does not want to do is go back in the pocket and throw the thing. He wants the running game established so he can throw those play-action passes and keep the defense guessing. But when you're down by 14 points, you got to catch up. The best way and the quickest way to catch up is put the ball in the air.
All right, now the clock at 4:09 here in the second quarter. 17-3 the Chiefs. McDowell and Cobb in the backfield in the staggered split set. Hall and Armstrong are the tight ends. I've got good tight ends here in Tampa. Motion to the backfield now. McDowell look for a pass to the near side. Back to pass to Berg. Throws to the near side. Caught by the tight end, Ty J. Armstrong. And he's by the 10. Angled to the middle of the field. And he's out to about the 14-yard line.
Neil Smith back in the ball game. They know that they're going to be throwing the ball, so they're going to try to get fresh legs in there all the time.
2nd down and 6 to go from the 14. Clock now at 3:45. We're in the second quarter.
One reason Neil is in there that Leonard Griffin's got a knee problem, so he's questionable whether he'll play or not.
And Zott, too, has got a knee problem, I see. Under center to Bird. Dropping back, looking long, look down on the near side. Arches a spiral pass. Leaping catch made and a fumble on the hit at the 22-yard line. Buccaneers jump back on the ball. Do they call it a reception? They did to Lawrence Dawson. Out to about the 24. And that'll move the chains. A first down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They've got a first down, but this is not, I'm telling you, not what Steve DeBerg would like to do. Go back in that pocket all the time.
Split backfield. 2 receivers on the near side for DeBerg. Under center with 4 down linemen for the Chiefs coming to say hello in that backfield. DeBerg with the long count. Just crossing the 3-minute mark now of the second quarter. DeBerg still studying the defense. Sends a receiver. That's Dawson in motion. And back to pass. No, draw play handoff. Cobb. Simeon grabs him as Cobb runs over the right tackle, crossing the 25. He's out to about the 26-yard line.
You know, the one thing that I think would be a problem is the fact that when it takes so long to get that ball snapped, and you have those offensive linemen in this heat in a 3-point stance all that time down there, it could present a problem. Yes.
I agree with you. 3 receivers on the near side for DeBerg, 1 on the far. They got 1 running back, and the Chiefs have got 4 down linemen. DeBerg is facing 2nd down and 8. Dropping back. There's a flag. Here comes the rush. Neil Smith knocks the ball away, but it's going to be offsides against somebody. I think Kansas City.
Neil Smith.
Yeah.
Neil Smith was in the backfield. See, there's where not going to training camp and listening to the count all the time and getting acclimated to it can hurt because, you know, if you listen to the count, you're in trouble. What you should be doing is just looking at that football. When it moves, you move.
Chiefs lead here 17-3. San Francisco leads Pittsburgh 17-3. Buffalo on top of New England 10-7. That is a second quarter score. Green Bay 12-6 over the Rams, second quarter. Jets in Denver tied at 6. They're playing that in the Meadowlands. Philadelphia 14-0 over Phoenix. 10-7. Miami leads Indianapolis. 24-0 Detroit slaughtering Atlanta. My goodness. And Cincinnati on top of Cleveland 14-7. All second quarter scores.
No defense for Atlanta. They didn't have it last year. Looks like they don't have it this year either.
We've reached the 2-minute warning. Let the clock tick down. It'll be 2nd down and 3 from the 31 for the Buccaneers, who trail 17-3. We're late in the first half, and this is the Kansas City Chiefs Fox football.
Necessary, constantly being able to do that. Looking at the 2 quarterbacks, they both completed 11 passes. DeBerg, though, has only got 66 yards. Joe Montana has 2 touchdown passes and 195. So Joe has been able to get downfield more than Steve DeBerg.
17-3, Kansas City. 2 long touchdown passes by DeBerg, 1 of 19, 1 of 50 yards. Gary Anderson in the backfield with Hawkins and Dawson as wide receivers on the near side. Vince Workman is in the slot. DeBerg is looking over a 4-man down line by the Chiefs. Dawson in motion. DeBerg drops back, sets up all kinds of time, zips a low-line drive pass down the middle, caught for a first down at the Buccaneers 38 by Courtney Hawkins in traffic. He caught it, moved the chains. The Buccaneers on the move.
And right down the middle, a very safe, very easy throw for Steve DeBerg. With the linebackers still in there, they oftentimes come up with 7 defensive back, but the 3 linebackers are still in the game for the Chiefs defense.
Still the 1 running back for DeBerg at his own 39. He's got it 1st and 10. 2 receivers on the near side. Hawkins in motion, back to pass to Berg, looks to the near sideline, throws a pass just off the lunging fingertips of Vince Workman. On the near side, and about the numbers, Workman couldn't catch up with the pass, incomplete.
Neil Smith is getting a workout. He said they didn't pay me this money just to come down here and make the trip. But I don't think he knew he was going to get this much work.
Now it'll be 2nd down and 10. Oh, the Buccaneers, everybody's moving. DeBerg was moving away from
DeBerg won the ball snap because Kansas City had a man trying to run off the field. They would have got 5 yards and stopped the clock. But the center didn't snap the ball. So now it'll go against
Tampa.
it'll go against them.
J.J. caught that 50, really it was about a 51-yard touchdown pass. I think they're officially going to call it 50. But he has now had 9 career touchdown receptions, averaging 50 yards or more. Is he a home run hitter or what?
Well, he is, and so is Willie Davis. You got speed on both, and I think a lot of people are saying, well, who are the receivers for this Kansas City Chiefs team?
They're going to know after today, I'll tell you that.
They're going to find out.
Second down, 15 with the penalty against Tampa Bay, moving it back now to the Buccaneers 34. Got 3 receivers on the near side of the field. Buccaneers moving from our right to our left in their white jerseys and orange pants. DeBerg in the pocket to throw. Sets up. Here comes the rush. DeBerg moves up. He throws a line drive pass near side, just out of the reach of receiver Lawrence Dawson. Running to the near sideline. Incomplete pass.
Pressure was on Steve DeBerg, but I notice also that they double-teamed Derek Thomas. They're not going to let him go through there with one guy trying to block him.
Clock at 1:19 here in the second quarter. 17-3 Chiefs.
Chiefs have 7 defensive backs in.
They'll have 3, make it 4 down linemen, and Derek Thomas is on the near side. And you know DeBerg is zeroed in on him. One running back, Gary Anderson. Left and right the wide receivers. Workman is the slot receiver on the near side. DeBerg in the pocket to throw. Good time. Shuffles up. Pump fakes. Throws a pass deflected at the line of scrimmage and ricochets to midfield, falling helplessly incomplete. Darren Mickle got in the face of DeBerg and knocked that ball away.
So here comes the fans voicing their opinion here of that last drive. This is just the first game of the season. It's going to be like here at the end. Good pressure, though, by just the 4 people. They double-team Derek Thomas. That's why Mickle has one guy blocking on him.
Straczynski will punt again. And this will be his 3rd consecutive punt and his 4th punt in 5 Tampa Bay possessions. Carter is inside the Kansas City 35. We've got 1:12 remaining in the second quarter. Dealt high snap, not a single player rushes. High punt, down the middle, Carter under it, the catch at the 26. He runs laterally to the middle, cuts upfield to 30, breaks a tackle, vaults off his outstretched arms, he's by the 35, he's out to the 38. It takes a pile to bring down Dale Carter. Swerving and weaving his way upfield, he made a lot of moves and gets some pretty good field position out near the 38-yard line.
You know, for a man that's not really that large as, Dale Carter, it takes a lot of people to bring him down. He weighs about 185 to 188 pounds, but he was hit probably 4, 5, 6 times before he eventually went down. Well, let's see what Kansas City's going to do here with 55 seconds remaining. Nobody runs this 2-minute offense better than Joe Montana.
He's got 55 seconds with which to work. Backfield of Ernie Thompson and Marcus Harlan in the staggered split set. Buccaneers with 4 down linemen. Burden and Davis, the wide receivers. Hand off to Marcus over the right side. Hit once, hit twice. He works a pile by the 40 and working over that right tackle. He's out to the 42-yard line. He gains 4 on the play, maybe 5. Out to the 43, we'll call it second down and 5.
Yeah, they're not looking to hurry up because they're going back in the huddle.
Plus, they want to conserve some energy here, Len. They got a nice lead, 17-3.
But they're also hot. I mean, they're hot. The last 3 times they had the ball, they scored. 2 of them were touchdowns.
That's a good point. Yeah, you don't want to break the consistency.
That's right.
Split backfield of Thompson and Marcus Allen. Wide to the left and wide to the right receivers, J.J. Burton and Tim Barnett. Montana falls away from center, but gets the handoff to Marcus Allen, who runs over the left guard, then cuts further outside, crossing the 45, and he's out to the 48. Second time Montana has fallen away from the center after the handoff.
That means that the offensive linemen are stepping back before they go forward, and that's getting his feet tangled up with those offensive linemen.
That'll be it. They're going to let the clock run out. The Chiefs go to the locker room. And now they got 2 seconds left in the clock. Why have they stopped it? Oh, player down for the Buccaneers. 2 seconds left. Chiefs did pick up a first down on the run by Marcus. Over in boot, driving Gary Anderson back, out of the end zone. Ooh. It's a touchdown.
All right. His teammates are happy about that, I can tell you that. They would like to see that happen every time because with this heat, having to sprint down there some 40, 50 yards, it is tough. Got offsides, Kansas City.
After that great kickoff,
they'll make him kick it off again.
Oh, that's too bad. Because Lowry did a nice job at booting that baby. Lenny, I see that many of the people have left the stadium already.
Well, they were over there baking over there in the sun for about 2 or 3 hours.
They had over 60,000 here today, and now it looks like a lot of the folks have retreated to the tailgate parties or someplace cool because I'll tell you how hot it's like it was in Kansas City about 2-3 weeks ago when it was just so unbearably hot.
And humid.
And very humid that...
There's no breeze.
See, up around the rim, the flags are moving, but down in that field, man, there's nothing. Of course, we're up in the clouds. Occasionally, a cloud bank will go in front of us here, and we're blocked out of the field. I don't know why they've got us so doggone high, but it does not make our job easier. Saw Jonathan Hayes walk off before the end of the first half with one of the trainers, and we understand that he's got some heat exhaustion.
Jonathan, and Zott, he is coming on now.
Zott had an ankle, didn't he?
He's coming, see him in the end zone down there?
I see him. He's got a knee. Griffin's got a knee, and Hayes has got the heat. Here's another kickoff by Nick Lowry. Not as long, obviously. Henderson at the 8, by the 10, gets him blocking at the 15-20, tries to go up the middle. They hit him once, twice, the third time, and down he goes at about the 22.
Good coverage all day long by that kickoff team. Excellent coverage because they're not giving any room whatsoever. Here it is. The kick didn't go very deep, yet they just have the ball now on the 21-yard line. So we'll see what Mr. DeBerg and the Bucks have in store for the defense this second half. They got to catch up.
They're booing DeBerg because they want Erickson to come in. Craig Erickson is a fourth-round pick out of Miami of Florida, now in his second NFL season. They think, hey, DeBerg's old. We're not going to go any place with him. Let's get the young guy in there for the future. McDowell and Cobb are splitting the backfield. A staggered split set right now, left and right. The wide receivers, and there's flags and movement, all kinds of problems.
Offensive tackle move. 5-yard penalty. Now make it 1st and 15.
Number 76.
Scott Dill. Scott Dill is guilty.
Yeah, if they are not focused, this could get very sloppy.
All right, DeBerg now under center with a 1st and 15 with the 5-yard penalty. Handoff, Cobb, left side, gets a block, cuts the corner, 15-20, finds a hole, puts his head down, and he's out to the 24-yard line. And Kevin Ross makes the stop for the...
And we got Cobb down, too. He's still down on about the 23-yard line. Trainers are out there taking a look at him. That was a good play there. They had the man in motion leading the interference around the end and came up with a good block on Tracy Simeon.
Gets up slowly. You may recall his career at Tennessee was shrouded in a drug scandal. He has come to the NFL and been exemplary in his behavior, and he is a 1,000-yard gainer from a year ago. In fact, over the last, 24, 25 games, you can put him up with the Barry Fosters and the Emmitt Smith. He's been one of the best in the NFL. All right, second down now, and 7 to go. Ball at the 24. Staggered split backfield for DeBerg. Moving from our right to our left. McDowell is in motion into the backfield, and it's a handoff to Anderson running laterally. Sally Lewis got him and brings him down from behind. Do that big Samoan dance back at the 19.
Oh, what a play by Danny Saliamua. Boy, he shot through there. Ordinarily, he's kind of playing a yard off that ball and going up and down the line of scrimmage. At that time, he shot the gap, was quick enough at 300 pounds to catch that swift running back.
Now it'll be 3rd down and 11, loss of 4 on the play. And again, no huddle for the Buccaneers, who call the play at the line of scrimmage. McDowell becomes the wingback. Anderson by himself in the backfield. Receivers Hawkins and Dawson. Wide left and wide right. Chiefs with 4 down linemen. Again, all kinds of secondary people out there.
7 defensive back.
Back to pass. Steve sets up in the pocket. It begins to crumble. He throws a line drive pass, almost picked off, bobbled and dropped, and a flag at the 40.
Taylor had that in his hand.
Yes, he did. Jay Taylor just about swiped that DeBerg pass. A flag thrown where the interception was almost made. Could be interference on Kansas City. It is. It's too bad, too, because they had him in a punting situation.
Sure did.
Contact. Number 42, the defense. 5-yard penalty.
First down. Charles Mincy.
Yep.
That's the killer. You know, it's a 5-yard penalty, but it is an automatic first down.
Now the killer is that Mincy is one of the worst agents in professional football. That's the killer. All right, now it's a first down for Tampa Bay, and they are at the 25. Penalty against the Chiefs gives new life to the Buccaneers. McDowell and Anderson to the backfield. And a a staggered and split set. DeBerg, the long cadence at the line. Fakes the handoff, rolls out of the pocket, sets, looks to the near side. Guns the line, drive pass, caught by McDowell, 25. He's out to the 27-yard line and wrapped up right there. Tackle made by Lonnie Martz. Gain of 2, second down and 8 at the 27.
I really don't understand that particular play, why that receiver doesn't take it downfield a little bit more, because what you're doing is working on a linebacker. Why catch it for a 2-yard gain? Get down there at least 5 yards, so it'd make it 2nd and 5 instead of 2nd and 8.
Second down 8, Lenny, at the 27-yard line. I formation, left and right the wide receivers. Anderson and Workman in the I. Fake handoff, back to pass to Berg. Pocket crumbles, arching pass by DeBerg down the near side. It's almost picked off, incomplete at the Kansas City 40. On the near sideline, Charles Wilson in the sights of DeBerg and Kevin Ross leaping as one with Wilson jousting in midair. Ball knocked away. Incomplete pass. Buccaneers try to assemble at the line in a hurry with a 3rd down and 8. Now DeBerg will take his time and call the play. I hate this offense.
That ball was hanging up there, man, hanging. Didn't have a whole lot of zip on it.
Do you like watching this offense, this no-huddle offense?
No, I don't like it at all, particularly in the heat. I'll tell you, those offensive linemen, it's tough on them, being in a 3-point stance for about 40 seconds.
Berg with the running back and 3 wide receivers, swivels his head. Derek Thomas moves, back to pass to Berg. Thomas knocks down Steve, and there's a flag. Now Thomas has something to say to Steve, like, hey, old man. DeBerg, by the way, the oldest player in the NFL right now. Penalty flag against Kansas City.
Yeah, Derek Thomas jumped off sides. He's listening to DeBerg instead of watching the ball.
What was this note I got on DeBerg? Hold on here. I got something about
oldest man.
Hold on. Not only oldest man, but I think he has thrown some with you. I'll find it here.
For me.
Yeah, something with you. Give me some time. I'll find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Most touchdowns thrown by a quarterback 39 or older were thrown by Len Dawson, who completed 18 touchdowns in 1975 when he was 40.
No kidding.
Did you know that?
No.
Well, see, that's safe. Stick with me. I'll take you places.
Does that count practice?
Yeah. Counts everything. You didn't know that, did you?
No.
Yeah. You know it now, mister. 3rd down and 3 with the penalty. All right, 2 receivers are deployed to the right side. That's Robert Claiborne and Charles Wilson. 1 running back, Gary Anderson. Boy, has he gone downhill over the last couple of years. He was the premier running back in the NFL, and he's nothing here in Tampa Bay. DeBerg drops back in the pocket. He stands. It crumbles. He throws a wobbly pass down the middle. It's picked off by Mincy at the 50. Gets a block to the 45. Runs to the far side, the 40. Charles Mincy picks off Steve DeBerg.
That was a short arm type of throw by DeBerg. He just kind of shuffled it out there and had nothing on it. The thing was wobbling all the way. An easy interception. Looked like a wounded duck going downfield right to Charles Mincy. May see a change in quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised.
That could be a timeout. 12:30, 3rd quarter, 17-3 Chiefs. On the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network. Comes in the backfield split. Receivers, Davis and J.J. Burton wide left and wide right. Joe Montana, the quarterback from the 39 of Tampa Bay, 1st and 10. Anders in motion. Back to pass Montana. Backpedals and throws a pass to the near side, just off the fingertips of the fullback. Kimball Anders, near sideline in front of the Buccaneer bench at the 37. Incomplete pass.
And I see their tactic coming in the second half. They blitz the outside linebacker, trying to put pressure on Joe Montana, not giving him time to go down deep. I also notice on the sidelines of Tampa Bay that their quarterbacks are warming up, so we could see a quarterback change when the Buccaneers get the ball.
I wonder if DeBerg will see the light of day after today. Huh? Erickson's the guy. J.J. Burton wide left, and on the near side, they've got Willie Davis. 1 running back, Anders. Harvey's the wingback. From the 39 of Tampa, it's 2nd down and 10. Montana now audibleizing at the line. 4 down linemen for the Buccaneers. Back to pass. Montana looks right. Now looks left. He's hit. He backpedals. He's running for his life. Montana throws on the run. Down the middle. Pass caught on a leap. On the sideline. Across the way by J.J. Burton. Flag thrown on the play.
I think Joe went over the line of scrimmage. So they'll bring that back. But there it is, vintage Montana looking downfield, scrambling, but just scrambling to buy some time so that he can locate a receiver down the field.
And now looking downfield, number 61 of the offense.
Oh, I see. Grunhard is downfield. Timmy Grunhard.
What's he running down there for?
Well, he's trying to protect his fellow Golden Domer from Notre Dame. That's his job.
Thicker than thieves, huh? Thicker than thieves.
Oh, that was a good play by Joe Montana.
Oh, it was
too.
beautiful. It's an open receiver and everything. Penalty now sends it back to the 44. It'll be second down and 15. That was an interesting call. Not a very good one, I may add, too. Second down and 15 from the 44. And Montana's called a timeout. Leads this game 17-3. The Chiefs have got second and 15 right now at the Buccaneer 44. We're early in the third quarter.
David Zott is on the sidelines in uniform, and they've got Danny Villa is at the left guard position, Shields at the right guard.
Split backfield, Anders and Marcus Allen. Joe Montana's under center, Tim Grunhard. Left and right, the wide receivers. Barnett and J.J. back to pass. Montana winds up. Now throws a short pass near side. And it's caught by Anders at the 40. Down the sideline he goes. The 35. Broke a tackle. Stiff arms his way by the 30. And he's out of bounds at the 27. He's got a Kansas City first down and a pickup on the play of about 16.5 yards.
Boy, was that a good play by Kimball Anders, avoiding as the old stiff arm to avoid a tackler, then just hurdling another man, picking up the first down. Here it was. There is the offense. The offense just throw it out in the flat, a couple of yards down the field, and let the receiver do the rest. And he was able to pick up the first down.
First down and 10 from the Buccaneer 27. Barnett wide left. Near side Jones. Allen and Anders in the split backfield. Montana spins, hands up. Kimball Anders up the middle over the center into the 25. Oh, there could have been a fumble on the play.
Yes.
There was a fumble, and it's coughed up by Anders, and the Buccaneers have it at the 25.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute is right. No, Kansas City's got it still. One referee signaled Tampa Bay. Did you see him?
Yes. And then the other said that the man was down. Otherwise, he's probably saying that the turf cannot cause the fumble. Big break for Kansas City.
Second down, 8 from the 25.
Because they got a chance to put these people away now.
Yeah, he hit the turf and it coughed up. J.J. Burton wide left and Willie Davis wide right. Backfield of Kimball Anders and Marcus Allen's a wingback. Second down and 8 for Montana from the Buccaneer 25. Joe, long count, spins, hands off. It's Anders high-stepping his way over the right tackle by the 25. Another fumble by Anders. This time it's recovered by Tampa Bay at the Buccaneer 23. Recovered by Marty Carter, who turned down a chance to go to play Canadian football, to play in the NFL.
Kimball is now he's getting up, I think. I thought he was hurt, but I think he's probably just disgusted with himself for coughing up the football.
Twice in 2 plays.
Yes, two in a row, and that was one of the nice holes that he's had so far to run through.
Here comes Craig Erickson. That's why they're excited in Tampa. Craig Erickson was a 4th-round pick by this team last year. With Vinny Testaverde now leaving because of free agency and joining the Cleveland Browns, Erickson is the quarterback of the future. He wears number 7. He's got the 2 tight ends and 1 running back, Reggie Cobb. 2 wide receivers, wide left and wide right. 4 down linemen for the Chiefs. Erickson will send Dawson in motion. Erickson, long count, gets the snap, spins, hands off. It's Cobb, left side, over the tackle. Tackled by Simeon around the ankles as he crosses the 20. He gets back to the 24. Let's call it no gain, and we'll call it second down and 10.
Looking for Derek Thomas. I don't see Derek out there.
He's tired.
Giving him a little break, yeah. Leonard Griffiths is in the left end position. He had a knee problem early in the first half. Apparently he's all right.
DeBerg finishes with 1 interception, 12 of 20, and 79 yards. Second down and about 11. From the 23, Erickson, the new quarterback in place of the ineffective DeBerg. Back to pass, Erickson looks right, guns a line drive pass, caught by the tight end Armstrong at the 25. And a gain of 2 on the play. Tackle made by Doug Terry, who's had a good game today. Now it is third down and 8.
Little play in the flat, and the tight end. I don't understand. I really don't why they don't get more yards than 2 yards. You can take that man down the field 4 to 6 yards and then break it out.
McDowell will become a wingback. Wide receiver to the far side. They've got Courtney Hawkins. To the near side, Dawson. Cobb in the backfield by himself. From the 25, third down, and a long 8 yards to go. There are 4 down linemen for the Chiefs. Neil Smith on one side, Derek Thomas on the other. All surveyed by the young second-year quarterback Erickson, who drops back, sets up, throws a pass down the middle, blocked at the line of scrimmage by Darren Mickle. He looked like one of the flying Walendas, twirling and swirling and knocked the ball down. His second knockdown of the day.
The old flying Walinda.
The flying Walendas.
7 defensive backs there, and they're just teeing off on this young quarterback. And he's going to get an indoctrination out there this afternoon. I'll guarantee you that. I'd like to see Dale Carter have a little running room back
I would
here on
too.
this
I
punt.
want to see him run. Straczynski punting now for the 5th time in 7 possessions. Belt high snap, no rush, punt is away, high hanging spiral. Backpedaling back to the 25-yard line, looking up into the sun. Carter, chase to the 25, up the middle he goes through the first wave to the 30. Sidesteps his way by the 31, hit and taken down to the 32. 8:53, third quarter of play. Joe Montana, 2 touchdown passes, one of 50 yards, 17-3. The Chiefs on the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Completed, I think, 5 passes in a row, or 5 for 5, and still hadn't picked up a first down, but he's been exceptional since that time.
Yep.
Now they have an opportunity to put this thing away. Really, here's Tampa Bay changing quarterbacks, putting in a young guy in there. You get a touchdown now,
It's all over.
and they'll be grasping out there. I'm talking about the Buccaneers.
All right, they got J.J. Burden wide to the left side. To the right side, Willie Davis. Backfield to Marcus Allen and Ernie Thompson. Chiefs lead 17-3 from the 33 of the Chiefs. Montana 1st and 10. Fake handoff, play action, back to pass. Montana moves up, he's hit, he escapes. Montana then throws a wobbly pass far side. It's caught! It's caught on the 45-yard line of Tampa Bay by Willie Davis. How in the world did Joe Montana escape? Wow, what a play, and a first down for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'll tell you how he escaped.
How?
He has this sense. When pressure is there, without looking at it, he can feel it.
My goodness.
And you don't teach that. He just knows it, and he has it, and he was able to duck under and still maintain his composure. That was the thing. Once escaping the tackler, he maintained his composure, went downfield to find the receiver, and got the ball to him.
Freddie Jones to the near side, J.J. Burden to the far, Anders and Harvey Williams split in the backfield. Montana at the 44 of the Buccaneers, 1st and 10. Dial the tight end in motion. Handoff, right side, Harvey Williams breaks the tackle, 45. He's down to the 40, crashes into 2 at the 35. On the numbers, he's down to the 30. Harvey Williams was like a big bowling ball, and he knocked over 2 Buccaneer pins and gets another first down. Running over the right side. Big block by Reggie McElroy.
Like a bowling ball.
Well, I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
You like it,
I like
think.
it,
Oh,
yeah.
good. Okay,
the guys in the secondary, they're respecting the speed of the wide receiver, so they're not banging up or bunching up near the line of scrimmage. There was a terrific seam there created by McElroy, the right tackle.
Split backfield, Williams and Anders from the 30 of the Buccaneers, 1st and 10. Montana gets the snap, spins, hands off, up the middle, Harvey Williams, the 30, big hole, 35, 25 rather. He almost broke a tackle at that 25. He spun down to the 22, and on the play picks up 8 yards, and now they're doing it on first down.
Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay defensive people. They're beating them down. They're discouraged out there right now. They can put these people away with a touchdown. Because they're banging right at them. The last 2 plays was nothing fancy. It was just straight at them with straight ahead blocking.
J.J. Burden wide to the left, and they've got Willie Davis wide to the right. Split backfield, Anders and Williams. Montana now facing 2nd down and 2 from the Buccaneer 22.
Comes a blitz.
4 down lineman. And fake handoff by Montana. Looks left. Arches a spiral. Looking into the end zone, and it's out of the end zone. Incomplete. Double cover, J.J. Burden. He threw that away, didn't he?
Yes, he did. A good block by Harvey Williams because the blitz was coming on. The cornerback was coming, and Harvey was able to pick him up, giving Joe the opportunity to throw the ball. But Joe was looking, play action pass, looking for the big play, the touchdown pass that wasn't there. He wisely just threw the ball away because I've said so many times, every play isn't successful. The thing is that if it isn't successful, just get rid of the ball, come back up to the original line of scrimmage.
Fred Jones wide left. On the near side, they've got Davis and J.J. Burton. One running back, Marcus Allen. 3rd and 2 from the Buccaneer 22. Handoff. Marcus up the middle he goes. Climbing over one. Going by another. Over the center. By the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. He clawed his way for a first down, finding whatever gap he could crawl through. Tackle made by Marty Carter.
And the best thing he did was hit the hole in a hurry because they had the outside linebackers blitzing once again. But he was at the hole so quickly that they were not a factor in that last play.
Green Bay 33-6 over the Rams.
Wow. Man.
What do you mean, wow?
Well, I'm surprised.
Oh, well.
Not that they're winning, but by that big a margin.
Willie Davis wide left. Fred Jones wide right. Split backfield. Anders and Marcus Allen. From the 17, 1st and 10. Handoff. Marcus gets a block from McElroy. Goes by the 15 and down to the 13, 12-yard line. Roderick Thomas, high pick out of Nebraska. Clogging up the middle. Nice gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, you mentioned McElroy showing his versatility because that offensive right tackle was pulling down the line of scrimmage and leading the hole for Marcus Allen. They would love to grind it in and score on the ground. That's what they would like to do. Whether they'll be able to do it or not, but that's what they would like to do. But the first down play, picking up at least 5 yards, is an excellent start.
Left and right, the wide receivers, Willie Davis and Fred Jones. 2nd down, 5 from the Buccaneer 12. Chiefs lead 17-3. Back to pass, Montana. Backpedaling and throwing a pass into the end zone. It's dropped down the middle by Willie Davis and maybe even knocked away by Martin Mayhew.
Montana got leveled. They had the blitz on that time, and he got rid of it in a hurry. That's what I mean about sensing when the pressure is coming and knowing what to do to get rid of the football.
You see him get hit?
He got nailed. That ball should have been caught. That should have been a touchdown. Hit him right in the hands. You got to make those calls or those catches.
3rd down and 5 from the 12.
See, he reads it. The important thing is get all the information you can before the snap. If you know the blitz is coming, then you know who you should be going to.
Left and right, the wide receivers. Barnett on the near side. Backfield split. Allen and Anders. Back to pass. Montana looks right. Dumps it off at the 10-yard line to Marcus. He's on the 5. He almost breaks a tackle. He dives in. Touchdown down the near sidelines. Deliver the goods, Marcus, baby. Deliver the goods. Touchdown, Kansas City. 23-3. The Chiefs are running roughshod over the Buccaneers today in hot and steamy Tampa, Florida.
You got some new material this year. Deliver the goods, Marcus, baby. The thing about that was so great that Montana got him the ball in a hurry that enabled him, to do something once he made the catch, because he was going on a linebacker out there, and there was a lot of space between when he caught the ball and the out-of-bounds marker on the side there. That Montana does that so well. Get the ball to that back in a hurry.
3rd touchdown pass by Montana today. Here's the extra point by Lowry. It is up. It is good. 5:08, 3rd quarter, 23-3, the Chiefs, and you're listening to Kansas City Chiefs football.
Nobody saves you money like Boot Barn, and nothing picks up a
101 KCFX, the Fox.
Marcus Allen is nudging closer into the top group of all-time touchdown leaders. He's got 99. Next up, Franco Harris at 100, and then Steve Largent at 101. And Marcus Allen breaks a tackle, working down the sideline.
He is so good when he gets the ball near the goal line, whether it's running or catching a pass. Like, did you see how I'm stretched out? He knew exactly what he had to do to get that ball into the end zone.
What a great day for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kickoff by Lowry, end over end. It could sail into the end zone. It does. Gary Anderson to a knee, 5 yards deep out to the 20 of the touchback. 1st and 10, Buccaneers. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Kansas City's home of classic rock and roll and your 1993 Kansas City Chiefs. 101 KCFX, Harrisonville, Kansas City. The Fox.
24-3, the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 touchdown passes by Montana, 1 to Marcus Allen. And they are having their way with the Buccaneers. DeBerg has been taken out because of ineffectiveness. His backup, Craig Erickson, out of Miami of Florida, is in. 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Bucs.
7 defensive backs, 4 down linemen.
Erickson with one running back. That's Cobb dropping back to throw. Here comes Saliamu. He's got him. He tears him down, but the pass is thrown nonetheless at the 20 to McDowell, who is taken down by 5 Kansas City defenders. He just threw it up. He threw it up for.
He's lucky it wasn't intercepted.
Gosh, yeah.
That thing was hanging up there, taking a chance. Great quickness by Saliamua. You got some McDaniels in the ball game at the defensive right end position, so they're trying to get some fresh legs in there with 7 defensive backs. They know that right now Tampa's going to have to throw the ball virtually on every down.
2nd down, 10 from the 20. Well, 2nd down, 9.5, we'll say. And the 3rd quarter clock is at 4:20 and ticking. 3 wide receivers to the right side, platooned by the quarterback Erickson. They got Hawkins, Dawson, and Claiborne. Anderson in the backfield. Shotgun formation for the quarterback Erickson. In the gun, receiver in motion. Back to pass, Erickson moves up in the pocket, evades the rush. Throws a line drive pass, low and caught by Dawson on the cross. Make it Hawkins at the 35. And that's a first down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a gain of 15.
Good throw by that young quarterback Erickson, because he had some zip on that ball. He had to, because there are 7 defensive backs back there, people that can move extremely well. They're taking out the linebackers. You got 4 down linemen. Mickle is in there. McDaniel's in there. Neil Smith is in there, trying to put some pressure on this young quarterback.
3:45 here in the third. Chiefs should get back to Kansas City between 7:30 and 7:45 tonight. What are you looking at me for?
So?
You don't want that. You don't want that traffic. You don't want that traffic problem, do you?
No.
First and 10 from the 36 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3 wide receivers: Hawkins, Dawson, and Wilson. Make it 4. You got a guy on the near side, Robert Claiborne. Erickson under center. 4 down lineman for the Chiefs. A blitz possibility right now. Back to handoff. It's the quarterback, and it gives off to Anderson. There's a fumble on the play. It's picked up by the Chiefs. And picked up on the near side, Jay Taylor by midfield. Gets a block, the 40, the 35, and he's down to the 30. But flags litter the field.
I see a flag. It might be face masking. I thought I saw somebody grab the face mask of Anderson. I have to wait and let them make this decision out there, make the call.
It's against Kansas City, against the Chiefs.
He had faked out somebody, and somebody's just trying to get a hold of anything, and he got a hold of the face mask. Yeah, face mask.
5 yards. The end of the run.
That was a good call on that play, a draw play, and they had the front 4 guys taken off after the quarterback, rushing wide, and the defensive backs were flying back in coverage.
Denny Thompson is the guy who stripped the ball clean and then went on to held the face mask of the running back. So he did a partway good job, and then he screwed up. Chiefs have been penalized 10 times today.
Yeah, see, you're letting them back in the game. You know, you could put these people away, and that's what you got to do. You got to eliminate those mistakes.
Running back Reggie Cobb. They had Hawkins, the receiver, on the near side, Dawson on the far. Now the penalty up to the Tampa Bay 47. And they got it first and 10. Erickson is under center. Chiefs with 4 down linemen. The tight end Hall is in motion to the far side. Erickson drops back. Jersey untucked. He stands. He throws a low line drive pass. Caught for the tight end Hall at the Kansas City 45 between the hash marks. And a gain on the play of about 9 yards to the Kansas City 44.
See, you're giving this young quarterback more confidence. The longer he stays out there, the more confidence he's going to get. Kansas City has gone back to their regular defense now with the linebackers back in the ball game.
Hawkins and Dawson, the receivers. McDowell and Cobb will be the running backs. They got Dawson and Hawkins both on the right side wide. Buccaneers moving from our right to our left. 1 running back, Cobb. Under center, Erickson. Derek Thomas down on the near side. Leonard Griffin on the far. 4-man front for the Chiefs. Erickson studies in motion. Receiver to the near side. Back to pass. Rolling out of the pocket. Erickson pump fakes and throws a pass. It's caught. Flags are all over the field. Pass caught at the 45-yard line by Anthony McDowell. And then down he goes. Now the third quarter clock at 2:16.
Interesting to see what this call is going to be on. I saw one of the receivers pointing at Dale Carter, saying that he'd done something that was wrong. Dale is over there by the officials pleading his case, so it must be on him. Because if it's not on you, you don't go walk over where they're huddling to talk about it.
Did you ever argue with referees when you were playing, go over there and get in huddles and plead your case?
No, only once, when they called me for intentionally grounding the ball.
Defense, 5-yard penalty.
Which I wasn't. I've done it. I did it 100 times. One time I was actually trying to get it to somebody. They called me for intentionally grounding.
That's 11 penalties on the Chiefs, and Marty Schottenheimer is on fire on that sideline. Well, now, boy, the penalties are just breathing new life into the Buccaneers.
Absolutely. You're just moving them down the field with penalties.
Now the penalty brings the Buccaneers to the Chiefs' 40. It's 24-3, Kansas City, late third quarter. I formation to the backfield. It's a fake handoff. Erickson drops back, winds up, arches a pass down the far side. He's got a receiver knocked away at the 5. What a sensational play by Dale Carter. Oh, my. He leaps in front of the receiver, racing down the sideline, looking back into the sun and knocked it away. A foot race with Robert Claiborne is won by Dale Carter. Folks, you couldn't have scripted it any better. hit him on the head. Big deal. It's a big play anyway.
It is. But
it was a good play.
On the other hand, had the quarterback got that ball out there, it would have been a touchdown. But he has great recovery speed. Dale Carter does. He got beat at the line of scrimmage. He's able to catch up with the receiver.
From the 42nd down and 10. That'll look better from up here. Of course, we're in Ocala, Florida, which is about 20 miles away. Erickson drops back. Here comes the rush. Throws down the middle. Pass caught between the hash marks at the 35-yard line. And they're going to say the progress takes him to the 34. Courtney Hawkins, he's out of Michigan State, leapt and made the grab, then was quickly ushered backwards.
Dale Carter buried him. Boy, he picked him up and drilled him into the turf. Just to remind him, when you catch the ball in my territory, you're going to pay for it.
All right, 3rd and 5 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who trailed 24-3, and the clock at 1:25 and ticking here in the 3rd. Dawson and Hawkins, the receivers. Cobb and Workman in the backfield in a staggered split set. Squinting into the sun and surveying the Kansas City defense, Craig Erickson. Replacing the ineffective Steve DeBerg. Erickson, the drop back, the set, the look left, shuffling his feet, pointing, now arching a pass down the near sideline and looking for Vince Workman, running down the near sideline. Incomplete pass. Benny Thompson had coverage and was pretty good on the near side.
You see, he should have waited a little longer for the guy to see he could separate himself from Benny Thompson, because he was out there. That's what I'm talking about, Joe Montana. How does he know pressure is coming? How does he know what to do? There's just a feel that he has. Had that quarterback, and he did have more time to just buy a little more time to let that receiver get a little deeper, he might have been wide open.
Could be a fake here, because the Buccaneers have done this in the past. They are lining up for a 52-yard field goal. The kid beat out Eddie Murray. Yeah, just shy of the 53. Now the timeout taken by the holder, who is Straczynski, because they just had the play clock down to 1.
Well, they didn't have an offensive lineman in there to block. That's, not getting very well organized on the sideline.
Yeah, they could have a fake. If the ball is not teed up quite at the 43, it's between the 42 and 43, which would make it officially a 52-yard field goal. Okay, now they're going to put the offense back in. Looks like they're going to put the young quarterback back in. And let's put our young quarterback back in. That is Bill Grigsby. I'll lead you next time. Next time I'll lead you in. I'll say,
well, if you don't hurry up, we won't have anything. This NFL report is service of Captain D's. We've been on the fishing boats down here, getting all of our fish, shipping it back to Kansas City for Captain D's. You'll find a wide variety of your seafood favorites all over the country. Be sure to listen after every game during the Harlan highlights for Captain D's defensive play of the game. Captain D's real seafood, real quick. I've got to tell you one thing. The biggest fan of the Cleveland Browns was Elvis Presley. He's hiding someplace in Cleveland.
Wait, what?
It's Captain D's NFL report.
Down and 5 in the shotgun formation. Erickson, he's got the 4 wide receivers in motion to the near side. Dawson backpedaling in the pocket as Erickson guns a pass down the middle. It's knocked away, incomplete at the 30. A big-time hit was put on Lawrence Dawson by Martin Bayless. He knocked him head over heels. Incomplete pass, and on downs, the Buccaneers have to give the ball away.
Are there any yellow things down there? Well, the offense for the Buccaneers, they're coming off the field, so it's evidently against them.
Illegal formation.
All right.
On the offense.
Yeah.
Number 76, not on the line of scrimmage. Penalties decline. First down.
Here's the second half for Tampa today. Interception, punt, and lose it on down.
Yes.
Not very good.
And on top of that, Kansas City committed a lot of penalties that kept the drive going.
New quarterback, or is it still
Yes,
Montana?
no.
New
David
quarterback.
Craig, yes, good
David
move.
Craig
Good
is the new
move.
quarterback for the Chiefs. Split backfield and left and right the wide receivers. Back to pass, Craig rolls out of the pocket, guns a line drive pass, caught on the near side, 44-yard line, gain of 9. Willie Davis on his knees making the grab. Big throw by David Craig.
And I'm happy to see Jonathan Hayes back in the ball game. I think he had some dehydration problems in the first half because of all the heat down there. He was out in the flat. Wide receiver went on a quick slant to the inside, and David Craig rolled a little bit, a half roll to the right, and just drilled it down there.
It's good for Craig, and it's good for Montana, too.
Good move, I think.
Willie Davis wide left. Near side, J.J. Split backfield. They got Williams and Anders. Craig is under center. Jonathan Hayes is the wingback on the near side. He'll go in motion to the far. David Craig the snap, the spin, the handoff to Harvey. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. Big blitz by Marty Carton. He shot right through and throws him for a loss of 5 on the play back to the 40-yard line.
Going back to the switching the quarterbacks, you don't often get an opportunity to get your backup quarterback in the ball game, particularly this early in the contest as the third quarter now just comes to a close. But David Craig has been a starter most of his career.
Montana, 3 touchdown passes, a spotless performance, 24-3. The Chiefs lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this is the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Yes.
He is in the locker room. They're looking at his right wrist, and that's why David Craig is in. Third down and about 5. Split backfield, Anders and Williams. Craig is under center. Drops back to throw. Time in the pocket. Throws down the middle. Caught for a first down. Marcus make it to Kimball Anders by the 45. He then dives by the 50 and finally lands at the Buccaneer 48. And it's another Kansas City first down. Big throw.
Yes, and Kimball Anders playing very, very well, except for coughing up the football the one time that he did. And playing exceptionally well in this game.
Montana, when he was throwing a pass, hit his wrist on the helmet of an oncoming defender who was sticking him between the shoulders.
Well, let's just hope it is nothing serious.
Man. All right, they've got receivers wide left and wide right. Marcus Allen and Thompson split in the backfield from the Buccaneer 48. Craig first and 10. Handoff Marcus Allen over the right guard. He works by the 45 and makes a nice move down to the 43, 42-yard line.
Good blocking on that right side over there, starting with Jonathan Hayes, the tight end, blocking down on that defensive end, created a seam for Marcus Allen. That's what they're looking for, picking up 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Plus, eat up that clock. That was a very long third quarter.
Yes.
We're at 13:45 right now. We will try to get update on Montana as quickly as can. Buffalo leads New England. Green Bay fourth quarter 33-6 lead over the Rams. Jets losing to Denver 26-6. Phoenix losing to Philly. Eagles 16-10 over the Cardinals. It is second down and 5. In motion, the tight end Hayes. Handoff. Marcus Allen up the middle. He goes right. He swerves left. He's by the 40. Running between the hash marks down to the 38-yard line and into the teeth of the Buccaneer defense. He'll be close to a Kansas City first down.
Now they're just controlling that line of scrimmage right now. That's why they're able to run with the football. There it is. 2 running plays. A first down, 5 yards, 5 yards. Move the chains. That's what they want to do. And as I take a look at the Tampa Bay defense out there, they look like they're a defeated bunch of people out there.
Marcus Allen has had a great day for the Chiefs, running and catching the ball. He's got a touchdown pass from Montana. Got to feel good about today, folks. 12:53 remaining. Clock ticking here in the fourth. Staggered split backfield. Jones and Marnette, the wide receivers. David Craig is under center. Jonathan Hayes is the tight end, and he is in motion to the far side. Craig spins. Hands off. Marcus Allen, big goal from the 35 to the 30, running down the middle, swerving by defenders. He's by the 25 and dives to the 21. Tackle made by Ricky Reynolds. Big gain on the play by Marcus Allen. What a run.
I'll tell you, 10 carries. Now he has 59 yards rushing with the football. Yes, he's doing exceptionally well.
Ran over the right side and cut back inside.
That's a 5.9 average. Boy, that's what you're looking for. They're beating them down now, Kevin.
And we got 3 minutes gone in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they can knock them out now with a touchdown. I think they're already gone, though.
Anders and Williams in the backfield split. Barnett and Jones are the wide receivers, and Hayes is the tight end. 4 down lineman for the Buccaneers. David Craig in for the injured Joe Montana. Split backfield, back to pass. Craig, short drop back, quick throw near side. Caught by Jones at the 15. Down the sideline at 10, puts his head down and into the defensive secondary player. That is Ricky Reynolds, and drives him down to the 8.
They got him guessing now. They've got him guessing because they were blitzing from the outside on the left side, would put man-to-man coverage on Freddie Jones. A little old hitch pattern, and bang, the ball is out there, giving him an opportunity to work on the defensive back once he makes the catch.
Montana in the locker room. They're looking at his right wrist. He may have hit it on a helmet on the follow-through of a pass. Craig has taken the place and has been masterful in taking the Chiefs downfield. From the 7, first and goal to go, Kansas City. Backfield to Marcus Allen and Ernie Thompson. Barnett and Jones, the wide receivers. Hayes, the tight end. Craig is under center. Surveys the Tampa Bay front 6. Handoff. Thompson up the middle. Runs into one. Takes him and a buddy down to the 5. Gain of 2 on the play. Ray Seals, who did not go to college. He was picked from the semi-pro league up in New England, makes the stop. Second down goal at the 5.
Coming in with a couple of more players. Harvey Williams coming in. Dial coming in at tight end position. So they have 2 tight ends in the ball game now.
10:50 remaining in the game.
I was watching practice, and they were running plays down here on the goal line with play-action passes to the tight ends, both tight ends ending up on the same side.
Barnett wide to the right. Freddie Jones wide to the left. 1 running back, Harvey Williams. They got 2 tight ends. And the Buccaneers have 5 men on that line. Dial the tight end in motion. Back to pass. Craig turns left. Now turns right. Scrambles out of the pocket. Throws a line drive pass down the middle into the end zone. Knocked away. Incomplete. Barnett was there.
Oh, that was a heck of a collision down there, too.
Did you
yes.
see all the traffic went?
Yes. And there were bodies flying around out there because there was a great collision down there when the ball arrived.
Third down and goal for David Craig. No word yet on Montana's wrist. 24-3 the Chiefs. Montana 3 touchdown passes. Lowry a field goal of, what was that, 35 yards? Yeah. 21 yards, excuse me. Anders in the backfield. Receivers Davis, Burton, and Jones. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Third down and goal from the 5. Craig hunts under center. Gets the snap. Drops back and hands off. And it's a draw play. And Anders takes it back down to the line of scrimmage, running over the center. They're going to try for 3.
Tried a quick trap on the inside, hoping to spring him loose and jump him into the end zone with 3 wide receivers out there, hoping to spread out that defense, but they played it very well.
Ball will go down at the 13. It'll be a 23-yard attempt by Lowry, who has already nailed one from 21. Here comes Montana out of the locker room. Montana's coming out of the locker room, surrounded by about 15 security guards, and to the cheers of the remaining crowd here in Tampa Stadium. Montana is out. I'm sure it was X-ray, don't you think, Lenny?
Yes, oh yes.
All right, ball put down between the hash marks for Lowry. He'll try the field goal, and he knocks it through. A 23-yard field goal by Nick Lowry. And the Chiefs annex their lead, 9:38, fourth quarter. The Chiefs 27, the Buccaneers 3. And Marty Schottenheimer having a very animated discussion on the sidelines.
Joe probably wants to go in, and Marty might say, no, we don't want you in there. Take a chance.
I think Joe has proven everything he needs to prove with that right wrist.
I wouldn't take a chance.
I wouldn't either. I know that they're talking to Carl Peterson upstairs, too. They want to keep Carl informed about what's going on. So, Montana's over. Yeah, he's done for the day. He's going to put on the baseball cap that he's through. Why not? I mean, this game is, there's no need getting hurt. Marty would be second guessed forever if he put him back in. Here's the kick. And it goes right by Charles Wilson under his legs, near the goal line, picks it back up, runs along the sideline, crossing the 5, across the 10, down the far side, and out to about the 13-yard line. Now Montana's got the headset on, and with the 3 touchdown passes, he should be out for the rest of the day. He had a bruised right wrist, and the X-rays are negative. The doctor just called our booth from the sideline. You cannot get more accurate information than that.
Which one of the doctors? It's Chris or John?
I'm not allowed to say that, no.
Okay.
All right, the quarterback remains Craig Erickson. Cobb is in the backfield. And they've got a receiving tandem of Hawkins and Dawson. Dow is the receiver as well. Chiefs 4 men down. Kellen McDaniel's now playing the left end, back to pass. Here comes Derek Thomas moving up in the pocket. Erickson throws a pass near side. It's caught by Cobb. He is knocked into next week. What a hit. At the 10, the bulge yard free. It is an incomplete pass. Doug Terry just knocked Reggie Cobb into Tallahassee. Wow, what a hit. Woo! Well, I couldn't think of any other city. But he knocked him away, didn't he?
Oh, he saw that coming all the way, man, and he had a run of about 8 yards.
Oh, I love it. That is football, and it's no surprise he is a Jayhawk. Second down and 10. 3 receivers. Erickson's in the gun. He is flanked by a running back. There's a low ankle-high snap. He picks it up. He turns to the near side. Guns a line drive pass. Caught on the near side by Robert Claiborne. Claiborne then wrestled around the neck and tossed it out of bounds like a rag doll by Dale Carter. Out of bounds he goes at the 26. It's a first down for the Buccaneers.
Erickson is still staying in there. He's hanging in that pocket and firing that ball out there. That was a good throw that time.
Anderson is flanking Erickson in the shotgun formation. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. That's what Erickson has deployed. Low snap on the ground, picked up off the ground by Erickson. It throws a pass, caught by Anderson at the 30, does a 360 and dives out to the 32.
You know, this is good work for the defense because who do they play next week?
Warren Moon.
And what do they run? Run and shoot. And that's basically what you're seeing down there, 4 wide receivers.
I will tell you now that next week will not be as easy as this.
No way.
Next week will be about as tough a game as the Chiefs will handle all season long. Second down and about 4. From the 32. Shotgun for Erickson. Another low snap. Picks it up. Moves up. Oh, he hands off. What did he do? Yeah, he handed off on the play. He didn't even know what he did. I think Anderson just took the ball away from him. And if he doesn't know, you know that I don't know.
They had 3 receivers on the right side down there, and what they failed to do was run. They were just kind of wandering around down there. You got Joe Montana's got his hand wrapped.
In ice. He's got a bruised right wrist. That is his passing hand, obviously. And he's got all kinds of ice on the top part of that wrist. All right, third down now, and about 8. Shotgun snap to Erickson, moves up, hit as he throws a pass, incomplete. Looking at the numbers and looking for Gary Anderson, and Neil Smith just reminded Erickson that he signed a contract over the weekend.
Ooh, he nailed him, flattened him.
And
that was one of them pancake jobs, you know, where you just put him down to the turf and try to flatten him. And I think he's still down.
Derek Thomas is down.
He wants some TV time, maybe, huh?
Oh, yeah. While we have a chance, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Serving 6 states with Chiefs football. You're listening to Kansas City's home of classic rock and roll. 101 KCFX.
Federated Insurance has been providing business protection since 1904. See your local Federated representative for the security your business needs. Federated. Check out the value difference.
Derek Thomas has cramps, maybe in both legs.
I've had that before, and that's painful. That is really painful. They had about 6 people working on him down there, but he's up and moving around right now. And that's caused by the heat. You get dehydrated out there.
Sure.
Can't get enough fluids.
They're going to punt the ball again. How many punts today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 punts and 9 Tampa Bay possessions. Other possessions, field goal, lofted on downs, and they were intercepted. Not a good day. 27-3 Chiefs. 7:42 left in the game.
And Dale Carter might get a little room here with this kid to run.
Love to see him take one back. How would it read? Krasinski will punt. No rush. They're setting up the return. High hanging punt. Back goes Carter. Back to the 18. He breaks one tackle. Dances to the 20. Tries to break another tackle. He does. He's out to the 22. He was caved in on. Didn't get much help blocking, and down he goes. Montana's out. Bruised right wrist. A ton of ice is on the top of his right wrist. He hit it on a helmet.
Got Martin Bayless is down on about the 32-yard line. I think that's Martin Bayless.
Nope, it is Fred Jones. I think that's heat too. Let's see. We'll take a break. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. 27-3 the Chiefs. You're listening to Kansas City Chiefs football.
Not every emergency at St. Joseph Health Center utilizes our trauma center capability. Sometimes you just need a little help in a hurry. So right next to our regular emergency
stadium and inside right now, they're leaving.
Ooh.
And in droves.
Yes. Freddie Jones still down. You don't like to see that because of his history of injuries.
Lenny, that kid cannot stay healthy to save his life.
One thing he does is he goes all out all the time.
Sharp young guy, doesn't have an agent. Yes. Does his own contract.
That's two plays and 2 players down.
Lenny, they've got the surgical gloves on him, so he is bleeding down there somehow. Speaking of bleeding, let's go to our old partner, Bill Grigsby.
I think the heat is getting to you guys.
It is. Get to me, I'll tell you that much.
We've got thin air. We're 15 miles away from the playing surface. We're guessing on who's catching the ball.
We're in the first game of the season, and you've had 3 conniption fits already. And Leonard doesn't even know how to spell it.
You're right.
I have an NFL update
You
brought
have
to
a
you
joke about conniption, don't you? Yeah.
later.
Okay, great.
This NFL update brought to you by the friendly people at your neighborhood food barn. Hope you're there right now. You'll find all your favorite groceries, meats, produce, deli, and bakery goods at low, low prices whenever you shop. Nobody saves you money like Food Barn. And I know nobody. Scores of other games around the league. Detroit 24, Atlanta 3, late third period. Cleveland 27, Cincinnati 14 in the fourth. Denver 16, the Jets 13 in the fourth. Green Bay 33, the Rams 6. That game in the third. Miami and Indianapolis 17 apiece are tied in the fourth. Philadelphia 16, Phoenix 10 in the fourth. San Francisco 17, Pittsburgh 13 in the third. And Buffalo 31, New England 14 in the fourth. And now the card has come out to pick up Martin Bayless, or is it Fred Jones?
Freddie Jones.
Freddie Jones, and I tell you, we can ill afford to lose a great guy like that because he is a tremendous special teams player. He does it all.
There's some blood down there. I don't know what it is, but Marty's going to go over and check it out himself now. Second time he's had to come out here in the last couple minutes to check down the player.
We have an update on a couple of games. Buffalo now leading 38-14 over New England. San Francisco at a 24-13 lead over Pittsburgh. And otherwise, everything is the same at this point.
Looks like his nose, Bill. Let me split open his nose.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's not good.
But stitches can, yeah, hell
You
yeah.
can always
I
put a
understand,
stitch in
sure.
it. You don't run on your nose, except some of you guys do. But he
don't run on your nose.
That's right.
I heard it. I don't know what it means.
You can win
I'm not going to ask him.
Well, you can win a race by a nose, but you don't run on your nose. All of the horses I follow other horses. That's too bad. I hope that it's not serious.
Buddy Epps is going off the field. He's got the gloves on. You know, there's this blood rule in the NFL. It's a big deal now. There's blood rule at colleges, high schools, NBA.
A lot of blood up here.
What? All right, Craig is in there. Montana's got a bruised right wrist. Not before he threw 3 touchdown passes. First and 10 for the Chiefs at their own 22. Split backfield. Handoff and a fumble on the play recovered by the Buccaneers. Did Marcus Allen fumble that ball? Yes. Harvey Williams did. Harvey Williams just fumbled the ball, and the Buccaneers have their best field position of the day. Hardy Nickerson recovered it.
Well, they talk about penalties. You talk about turnovers in this ball game. They could have put these guys away a long time ago. You can ill afford to do this. You know, they give them the ball on the, 22-yard line.
Not right. You can't do that.
See, what they wanted to do was run out that clock. You got 7:23 remaining in this football game. Get some running plays going. They've had guys go down out there. They just want to get this game over with. The last thing you want to happen is to cough up the ball.
27-3, the Chiefs, 7:23 left in the game. Buccaneers will send Hawkins wide to the left. Dawson wide to the right. One running back, Cobb. 4 down linemen for the Chiefs. Erickson surveys Hall, the tight end in motion. Back to pass. Erickson looks right. Sets and throws a pass short. At the 20, there's pass interference on Simeon, who is guarding the tight end, Ron Hall.
And that was obvious. Look at Tracy is pleading his case, but he never went for the ball. He just went and tackled the guy.
I'll tell you how good Ron Hall is. San Francisco leads Pittsburgh 24-13. Buffalo 38-14 over New England. That's a fourth quarter score. Green Bay, again, 33-6 over the Rams. Ron Hall and Keith Jackson are the only 2 tight ends. Over the last couple of years, they have 30 catches in the NFL as tight ends. So it shows you how good Hall is as a pass receiving tight end.
The report we got on Derek Thomas, cramps. He should return.
First down and 10 at the 18. They get the 17-yard line. It's shy of the 17, actually. Erickson has got McDowell and Cobb in the staggered split backfield, 2 tight ends. Handoff, Cobb, sweep, running laterally on the 20. Tried to cut the corner. He couldn't because the pursuit was there, and that meant Lonnie Marks was covering the side.
Good job by Lonnie Marks. He was able to get a hold of that tight end trying to block him, just string him along the line of scrimmage till the sidelines came up, threw that guy away, and made the tackle. Well, tell you who doesn't want to see turnovers. That defense. It's hot out there. They know that they got to rush the passer. They come off the field, one play, bang. The offense turns it back over to the other team.
Dawson and Hawkins receivers to the left. Reggie Cobb in the backfield, and McDowell's the wing back on the near side. And Erickson's going to call a timeout. Play clock was at 10. 6:56 is left in the game. And the Chiefs lead this one 27-3. Cleveland leads Cincinnati 27-14, fourth quarter of play. Denver on top of the Jets 23-13.
I think Denver Broncos, I think they improved their squad this year, getting always some help.
Bernstein is a player I've always
Sure. He's already given fits to the Chiefs. I know that. They got a couple of offensive linemen. See on the sidelines, as mentioned, Carl Peterson down there taking a look at his prize trade, Joe Montana.
High Buccaneers with a 2nd and 10 on the 17 in Chiefs territory. Split backfield. Erickson, he is surveying the Kansas City defense. Hands off to Cobb, who hesitates, and that cost him everything because Kevin Ross came in and took him down. Back at the 21, a loss of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 14.
They didn't anticipate with 4 down linemen and 7 defensive backs that those defensive backs would blitz. And that's what happened that time, and nobody accounted for them as far as blocking them.
Clock down to 6:30 left in the game. 27-3 Kansas City. Erickson is sent his receivers wide left and wide right. Cobb is by himself in the backfield. The wingback McDowell from the 21, 3rd and 14. Erickson drops back, shuffles up in the pocket, sings a line drive spiral pass through the hands of the leaping wide receiver Lawrence Dawson at the 10.
Well, that's stretching that receiver out down there between 2 defensive people. They hate that because the ribs are exposed down there. That's when you can get some cracked ribs. You want that ball down around the numbers where you don't have to leave the ground to make the reception.
All right, this will be a 38-yard field goal by this young rookie, Michael Husted. Ball will go down at the 28, a 38-yard attempt. There's the snap, a good one on the far hash. Ball is kicked up, and it is no good, wide left. Wide left, he misses. Score remains 27-3. Chiefs, 6:08 left in the game.
And as the defense passes the offense, they say, hold on to that ball. Give us a breather here.
Run out the clock.
Yes. You got 6:08 remaining in this football game. Yeah, a couple of first downs. That's all we ask. Keep it on the ground.
Chiefs have won their last 3 season openers. Won last year at San Diego, 24-10. Lenny, this is a transition year. You know, they changed the offense, they changed the defense. They've got 10 new starters, 5 on each side of the football. So, man, that's amazing that they're going to have the kind of expectations.
And they should get better as the season progresses because they'll get more familiar with one another.
Allen and Thompson in the staggered split set. Craig is under center. Hands off. Marcus Allen up the middle. Big hole, 20-25. And he backpedals his way into a defender, knocking him backward out to the 29-yard line. Nice run by Marcus Allen. Never given up. Game is not in question. And here's a guy who's done everything in the NFL. And he tries and works his way for a run like that this deep into a game under these kinds of weather conditions. Players down for the Buccaneers. That was old Reggie Burnett, 2 years out of Houston.
He'll have to come out, otherwise he'll be charged with a timeout. Marcus Allen out, Harvey Williams in.
Lenny, this is going to be a long season here in Tampa.
Oh, yes. They do not look good, do they?
One thing they've got is a great steakhouse, Burns Steakhouse. We went there last night. Me and Bob and Griggs and Leonard Ray and a couple guys from Kansas City. Bob Kennedy and Tim Webster, friends of ours. Griggs, you get a little golf in here this week, didn't you? Williams and Anders in the backfield split. 2nd down and 2 from the 28. In motion, Ron Dickerson, the rookie free agent from Arkansas, who made this team. Draw play, handoff to Williams, going to the right. Stutter steps, chops away, and out to the 30, close to a first down. Depending on the spot. Dickerson.
He did well to get back to the line of scrimmage. He put 3 moves on people back there in the backfield. You don't have to tell the look at the bench of the Kansas City. You don't have to tell the defensive people to go sit down. They are over there trying to suck up some air, and there isn't any air down there.
There are big fans, I see, Len Dawson, on the sideline to keep some circulation going on down there. There may be more people in the press box than in the stands right now as I look around.
They've seen enough for today.
Allen and Anders in the backfield. 3rd down and 1 from the 30. 6 players up there for the Buccaneers. Play action to Craig throws a pass to Anders, who catches on the sideline, digs his way for a first down. Out to the 34, did not get out of bounds. That means the clock runs another couple plays. This one's over.
You know what I like about this game?
What do you like about this game?
That we're winning. No, but, you know,
It's
we
been a
see
boring
what
second half.
Montana, but you see what Montana's doing. But most of all, I think our defense looks spectacular. They've been able to control the line of scrimmage. They've been able to control that game all the way.
Now, we can learn to control Griggs.
Griggs is my man. Come here, old Billy.
He's freewheeling. He never takes a timeout.
1st and 10. And the Chiefs have it at their own 33, running out that clock, using every available second on that play clock. It's a handoff, and it goes up the middle. And running by the 35, directed over the left guard.
Allen, yeah.
Marcus Allen out to the 40. He's running here like he's got fresh legs.
That's good. Particularly on first down. You know, you get that big chunk on first down where you don't have to throw the ball.
Is he close to 100?
What does Marcus have for the day rushing-wise? 74. Good question.
That's close to 100.
Oh, yeah. It's right up there.
That's right.
Well, for a running game that was anemic during the preseason, it's a good sign to see.
It was non-existent until the last preseason game.
That's good to see. Chiefs lead at 27-3.
See, they've beaten them down out there. They've beaten that defense of the Bucs down.
Split backfield. David Craig is a receiver. Dickerson in motion. Craig hands off. Marcus Allen following the block to Danny Villa. Takes it over the right side. Crosses the 40. He's out to the 45, and he's got yet another Kansas City first down.
Ooh, that's big. That was big.
It was.
3:06 remaining.
You run that clock down.
It'll be interesting on the plane to see how dehydrated these boys are. And
I'll tell you.
They're going to be. I'll tell you that.
They'll be sleeping. They'll be sleeping.
Here's some late scores. Green Bay 36-6 leading. Indianapolis beating Miami 2017 late in the game. That would be a big surprise.
Marcus has 77 yards. I'm sure he's through for the day. From the 45, 1st and 10. David Craig is Hayes is the tight end. Backfield of Harvey Williams and Ernie Thompson. Hayes is in motion. Craig hands off. Running into his own blocker, Harvey Williams ran into Timmy Grunhard. And Harvey Williams gets out to about the 45. No gain to 2nd down and 10. Montana still has that ice. No, he's taking the ice off. Montana just took the ice off that bruised right wrist.
I'm going to take that ice and put it in a drink when I get out of here.
What?
You heard it. You heard him.
I heard it was right.
I can't explain. Don't look to me to say explain why he says
know
it.
it. Old Griggs. He is our partner. All right, let's see.
2 minutes.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
2 minutes.
27-3, the Chiefs on the Kansas City Chiefs. Fox Football Radio. Dialed the tight end in motion. Craig spins. Hands off. And Harvey Williams is lassoed behind the line of scrimmage and taken down at about the 40-yard line. He had no place to go, did he?
Well, they've got like a 9-man front up there because they know that they're going to run with a football. They want to make a first down, run out that clock, and I would look for them probably to run the ball again on this particular play.
Waste time as they get ready to punt.
And this is the place some rookie calls timeout on Tampa.
Don't do that. I'd fine them. Now back at the 40. It'll be 3rd down and 15.
Party's over.
Let's see. They got one wide receiver. That's Ron Dickerson on the near side. Williams and Anders split in the backfield. Craig's got a couple tight ends. Dickerson's in motion. 5 men on that line. Handoff. Williams up the middle. He goes, breaks a tackle at the 40, out to the 45, and dives to the 46. Clock is at 1:10, 1:09. It's ticking away, and the Chiefs got this baby in the bag.
What a way to start a season.
Nice way. I agree with you, Bill. I agree with you.
Getting to see Montana at his very best.
He was. Wasn't he good today?
Very good.
3 touchdowns.
Let's hope and pray that Joe's all right, that nothing bad with the wrist. I don't think it is.
Well, they took x-rays. No break. It is bruised, though.
Well, that's what they did with Lenny's head one time. They took x-rays. They found nothing.
Don't look at me and ask me to explain why he says these
I always
things.
look at you, though.
Yeah,
I always look at you. Here's the punt by Barton. Belt high snap, no rush. Punt is away. Line drive, wobbly, landing at the 22, bouncing by the 20 by Anderson at the 15. He goes back to the 10 and runs to the 5 to get it. They circle him and take him down at the 10. 20 seconds left in the ball game. 19 seconds left in the ball game. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Kansas City Chiefs Fox Football Radio Network.
Kansas City's home of classic rock and roll and your 1993 Kansas City Chiefs. 101 KCFX, Harrisonville, Kansas City. The Fox.
At the 10-yard line, 1st and 10. Buccaneers, 19 seconds left in the game. And Bill, it's a 27-3 lead.
This is normally where they put me in the game.
Oh, you would come in right here?
For the first time.
All right, shotgun formation for Erickson, who took the place of the ineffective DeBerg, backpedaling to the 1. Planning, turning, throwing to the near side, caught by Claiborne. Claiborne breaks 1 tackle at the 12, by the 15, up the near side by the 20. Clock is ticking down to 9, down to 8. Not a lot of immediacy to the way that team huddles up. It's all over. 2 seconds, 1 second. Gun sounds, game is over. The Chiefs have won. Joe Montana circled by security guards.
Ray Zakovich leading the way.
Yeah, look at where they are. They're getting everybody out of the way. He wants to go see his buddy.
Looks like a blocking back.
Well, he's going over to shake the hands of Weiss.